Okie dokie. It's time to go. There's a lot of stuff to go with. A lot of fucking shit going on in this video game. There's a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch of things. Right. I'll give it a minute for people to get here. Let's see. If I do this, it should be fine, right? Oh well, it's fine. Alright. Oh, dearie me, what a video game. Oh, yo, how do I say your name? Bako now? Good to see you. Good to see you. It's definitely on. This game is on. These glitches are... a lot of things are on, I have to say. Oh, have you? Shit, man. I mean, I think I said in my tweet it would be later tonight or whatever, but... God damn, man. Alright. That's good to go. Alright, so... I don't know if I'm going to wait for more people to get here, because I am going to go through this, and I might put it on YouTube instead of my initial reaction to finding it, because this early factory thing is pretty cool. So let me just see here. So I think this is a save state that's like right at the start of the factory. Like this should trigger this cutscene, and yeah, okay. This is like right at the beginning, so I can actually test this properly now. Although I have 4 more health than I would with the new route, but that's fine. Okay, so this is actually pretty accurate to what I would want, because you need to do this either with a frog / cicada or anything else that isn't a Heno Cola, like a field dandy medicine or the yellow flower from the park, because a cola deals a bit too much damage if you have 8 health, and combining that with a conductor slapping you will kill you, I believe. So, you know, this is a good place to do it. So yeah, as soon as you arrive here... Oops. Did my timing wrong. See, if you do that, it's fucking over. You gotta be careful. Right. So, hopefully I timed it right. Alright, I timed it. Very good. So, this is going to be what we do at the start of the factory from here on out, I think. You do that with Conductor, you can skip that cutscene, and now we're blind. However, I know what to do to break out from here. So, run all the way up to the, like the bottom left, kind of, where you can wash your hands. Go to the bottom right corner there where you can pick up cola. Run to the right for about 7 footsteps, and then hold up. And now we're out of bounds, because I went through the tram part, and now I like go like right and upright, and here we are, or around here. Go around the side of the train. Oh dear, oh it's back, it's back. Now I can get rid of the text. And I can't remember from where exactly I did it. I think it was from here. I think I like got right about here at this like invisible corner, and then ran straight down. Yes, then the camera changes because the game thinks that I'm currently in the tram. It's like an invisible tram that's inside the factory, but it's here for some reason. And off to the left you can even see the vault room. I probably should have showed that first, but Now that I'm here, I could even interact with the vault number things, which is very strange, and hit the trigger. But I can leave the invisible tram. And I'm here. I hit the invisible switch. And that's the entire factory skipped. That's the entire factory done. Yeah, no, the reason that the camera was messed up like that is if you don't have the default free camera, which you don't whenever you're at the station in Funny Bone, the game keeps you in that camera no matter what once you're in that glitch, and so you have to like hit something that'll automatically fix it for you, and getting to the tram does that. So, hello, I haven't even met you yet. And he's gonna give me the love paper now. This game is just, oh my goodness. Hey, egghead. Now let's see, will this trigger this cutscene even though I've already... Yeah. That's annoying. You have to see this cutscene regardless. So, he's introducing himself to me, even though he just gave me the love paper. But there's no way to work around that, because I haven't found a dev trigger here yet. Still, it's very, very minor, because you literally, in any percent, complete the factory in one visit and never need to come back. Yeah, Sid. Oh yeah, you mean Suzuki? Back I know? Because I've already, I should probably show that, because yeah, early Suzuki is a thing now. You can get to Suzuki a bit early, at the part where you're trying to free up the station from the rock. You think so, Sid? Well, here's the thing though, it doesn't really matter for here now, because we can just get that and leave, and we don't need any more money or any more items, so if there is a dev trigger here, it doesn't really matter too much. And the only other area that we can really check is Long Lifetime, which is what I'm going to be doing. Diamond, my boy. It is good to see you. Right, so I'm actually going to test this out now. I'm going to go back to Long Lifetime, and I'm going to see what happens if I talk to Badian, because I have a feeling that Badian might kiss me immediately, even though he hasn't even been hired by the factory yet. Huh. Oh boy. And yo, yeah, I did just show off the OOB, but for those of you who are just arriving now, I'll do it again, because I did it like right at the start of the stream. Dom, my boy. My boy. I'm gonna have a field day tonight. I don't know why that freaking... That alarm keeps going off. Da, da, da. But yeah, I'll be sure to give you a tour of everything, of the big thing from yesterday, of the new factory one. I'll explain it in depth again, and I'll put one of the explanations on YouTube. And I'm also going to search for more stuff, particularly in Long Lifetime. And I did find some stuff in Long Lifetime already, earlier today, after I found the factory one. Some interesting stuff. I found where the crane is, and I believe I am indeed correct about the constantly repeating background, or rather the constantly repeating phantom versions of the map, sort of flattening everything down to the same level to an extent, because the crane and the golden tanuki are the golden tanuki is visible just out of bounds near the park. And if you stay there for long enough, you can see like this sort of like white dust stuff of like the crane messing around or landing or something like that. while he's invisible. You can't do that, Egghead. You can't interact with... You can't interact with underground residents or NPCs that aren't visible just in general. For some that appear in both areas, you can talk to them. Like, they appear whenever you perform the glitch, even if they shouldn't, because they appear in both areas. But for NPCs that don't appear in both areas, they're invisible. I don't think I have the lifetime pass on me at the moment, but... like, this is a file from before I discovered it. Oh wait, no it's not! This is one of the files! I didn't even know. It doesn't really matter, though. I mean, in the run, we're only gonna probably buy like one ticket, because then we'll have lifetime passes for the rest of it, and... oh wait, let me use some comics here. So that I can get Badian to come to me. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Fucking, what was I gonna say? I can't even remember now. One more thing, by the way, I did tweet about this, but in the part where you're trying to, like, you know, get the rock off of the train tracks, I found a way to get here, like, with a train ticket and load the area. It involves, like, using a comic here, and then that loads the area in, whenever normally you can't get in here because conductor shoos you away at the door. So it is possible to get here whenever the trains aren't even supposed to be working. The only issue is that the trains aren't working, so nothing's happening. So that's annoying. I'm probably going to have to pick it up 3 times, because I want 2 to sell and 1 to keep, because 2 to sell gives us all the money we'll ever need. And then some. And then, yeah, and keep 1 to use, which will also save time on buying tickets. Oh yeah, you get a thing of each comic as well, of course. Every time you pick it all up. Right, let's see. Badian, do you think you've been hired and then fired? Aww. He doesn't. So that's not too good for all kisses then. Although I suppose it's fine. All kisses we can just perform the glitch off of Ad Balloon, because we're going to have to kiss Ad Balloon anyway. So no, this actually works really well for all kisses, but it might be an overall time loss. Yeah, it kind of is. It's definitely slower, I'd say. Alright, well there's that confirmed. Yeah, Egghead, I plan on throwing out a lot of the comic stuff, but yeah, whatever. I'll deal with that reading when I get to it. Right, so let me show you all the thing. I'll explain it again from the start. So this file is right at the beginning of Funny Bone. As you can see, if I go here, it triggers the cutscene and everything. So let me go back, turn off turbo. So you're gonna want to do this in the run with like any of the damaging items that isn't a cola, because the damage from a cola plus getting hit by conductor will kill you, because we're gonna have 8 health at that point. For some reason I have 12 here, I don't really know why. But right, so there you go. So we have the glitch going. This cutscene won't trigger, nor will the intro for Funny Bone. Now I have to do this blind, which is much easier than it seems. So I go all the way to the left and get stuck in the corner where the hand wash is. I then go down into the right and get stuck at the bush where you can pick up cola. Then I run against the wall, like just right, just completely right, and count to 7 footsteps. And then hold up. And I'm out of bounds. And then I bring myself around here by going to the right, go around the tracks, keep running down. And now I'm here. Now I can get rid of the dialogue. Then I get here, there's like a little invisible corner here. I get here, and then I run straight down. Just hold down. And the game will change the camera angle, because it currently thinks that I'm inside the tram. There's an invisible tram out here for some reason. And then all I gotta do is find the door, which should be around here. There we go. And get on the invisible thingy, hit the button. The safe is already open for some reason. There you go. Factory complete. How fucking ridiculous is that? Like, and I'll show you the factory out of bounds as well. This is something that I should have found, by the way. No, that isn't another dev thing, Dawn. That isn't. That's just me going out of bounds and taking advantage of how things are laid out outside of bounds. No, the other thing was it was a flat-out dev trigger. Because it actually affected things. It actually, like, affected triggers and removed cutscenes. This is just me going out of bounds and taking advantage of what is out of bounds. And there you go. Well, the devs did design it that things are out of bounds like that, but they didn't intend for anybody to find it. Those things are just there so that the game can probably pull them and use them whenever you're actually supposed to be using them playing the game normally. But they just so happen to be in places that I can have access to if you can get out of bounds. And I don't think the devs would need to do that themselves, like, because that's really roundabout and crazy. So, as you'll recall, I haven't even met this guy, but because I'm talking to him with the manager pass in my inventory, I've already fulfilled what he wants me to do. And just like that, the factory's done. Now, because I haven't met him, and because that wasn't a dev trigger... Oh, no, the category's not sub 1 hour yet, I would say. Like, Chulip as a whole, not sub 1 hour yet. I would say definitely sub 1.5 hours with this discovery. But because I haven't triggered this yet, and there were no dev triggers involved, even though he's already gave me the love paper, his intro cutscene still triggers, so we have to watch this. The only way that I could work around that is if I performed the glitch again with Ad Balloon. But at this point I think I'm already too late for Ad Balloon, and also in any percent kissing Ad Balloon is now pointless. Because money means nothing. I mean, when you put it like that, Egghead, it really does seem like this could go that low, but don't forget the like opening is like, I don't know. I don't really know. The question is, when is the next train getting here? That's going to be an issue, but I can figure that out in the routing. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh! Well, worst case scenario, I guess we could catch this train, assuming that it's taking me. It might be the one that's like going up. Oops. Wrong ticket. So would this train work, just out of curiosity? No. This train's going up and then it's coming back down. That's the one I have to catch. Whatever. Right, let's see. I'll see if I can show you the big one, of course, from yesterday now. But yeah, that is the thing there. Oh wait, one more thing. I'll show you the out of bounds vault. Just casually strolling past 2 lifetime passes. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm very happy that you can consistently get out of here. Because having to do this blind is what worried me the most. But luckily it turns out it's fairly easy to do. Oh wait, no, I don't want to do it like this. I forgot. Because I can't show you all the factory with the camera angle locked like this. Messed up. How did I find out the movement pattern? I just tested it out. I was like, okay, well, like, what point of reference can I use? And so I realized that, if I got stuck at the far left of the map there, near the hand wash, that I would already be very, very close to the tram. So all I had to do was figure out exactly what movements I had to do to get through the tram, because I would know my exact location, and I just need to figure out what movement pattern would allow that. So it actually didn't take very long at all. The chocolate heart bush? Yes, I did. In fact, it's actually... Wait, let me go show you that before I load a saves to it. It's actually possible to clip back in bounds using that bush, which really worried me. It like shocked me at first. But look at this. I'm still out of bounds, but look what happens whenever I interact with this. He just walks back in bounds. And now I'm back in bounds. So that's pretty cool, but let's see if I can find... No, it's not... Ah, it's in my other set of save states. I could show it. I think I'll show it later, because I've got other stuff to do with these save states, so I might switch over to the other set later. Yeah, you see, that's what I've been keeping in mind as I was searching. I've noticed that it's always like, with a lot of the stuff, it's generally very close to being in bounds, and with the last one, obviously, it was right next to an area where you can search for items. So, well, Scarecrow Field, there's not much we can do about, because there's no way to get out of bounds there as of yet, because there's no transitions, there's no stuff like that. Although Alien, I remember, does walk out of bounds himself. He walks through the woods whenever he disappears at night. So a part of me wonders if it might be possible to walk through there like he does, because when the game has like a certain thing triggered, it allows you to walk past that, considering that it allows Alien to do so. So maybe you could confuse the game into thinking that it's Alien when it's actually you or something. I've got no idea. Probably not, because that's like just like a hard scripted thing, so he's just allowed to walk through walls because he's not the player. It could be something like that. Oh wait, this is perfect. This is exactly where I want to be. Because now I can show you all this. Oh, there is something interesting about this glitch here, by the way. You can't kiss Agony Man until you see this opening cutscene. You can kiss other residents in the same area, but Agony Man for some reason is unkissable. And I do not know why. I think it's because he's standing in the area that, you know, Yamada and the others get interacted with. I mean, Agony Man doesn't matter anymore anyway, but, you know, it's just worth mentioning. It shouldn't really affect all kisses, because you could probably just deal with them at some other time. Or, you know, in some other way like that. Huh? What was that? I know I saw something there. Something like flashed down there. Let me go away a bit and then go back. I've seen that happen here before. I don't know what that is. And here we are. Go-Go Comic. Lifetime Pass. Weekly Comic. Monthly Comic. And then there's plenty more. I don't know how many, because you can only like do it like 4 times before your inventory gets full, because you only have 16 inventory spaces. But this is just here. Oh, dude, I wonder if I could find another one of those interactable things like I did in Oh, this could be a time save. Like, if I find a way to break back in bounds here, similar to how you can do that in a Funny Bone, it would save me having to walk all the way around again. That'd be super nice if I could do that. Now, what surprises me is that I can't interact with this thing here, because I'm, like, right next to it. Like, if I could just break back in bounds, that'd be lovely. Yeah, like, it's ridiculous that it's even a thing. Like, it's... I don't understand. I still just don't understand. To my knowledge, yes, Diamond. As long as you hit that, it hits some thing in the game that just makes it go bada bing bada boom. Oh, and here's the other hidden dev trigger, by the way. This is inaccessible from inbounds. I mentioned this in one of the last streams anyway, but it's a way to get back inside the prison. It's so strange that that's there. I guess it kind of makes sense, but it's crazy. But there could be other funny hidden triggers around in these parts, my friend. But yeah, I really wanna see if I can get back in bounds with like an interactable around here. Because I know that you can search these bushes. Yeah, I have scouted around quite a bit. Let me see. Another thing that would be just as good as finding a new trigger, or something to like break me back in bounds like that, would be finding a way to... Ooh, I thought for a second there I was... Ah, I'm stuck! These stairs are dangerous. God damn it. Hey, I'm Bison. Oh shit, I didn't get it. You missed the big explanation, eh? Rougher than knuckles. Ah, dear. Yeah, getting stuck isn't too common, luckily, but it can happen. And it's primarily caused by that, from what I've noticed, like springing up and being in a place that's like at like an intersection between different things, such as like the top of these stairs. Well, I explained the factory thing, the like ridiculously stupid fucking instant factory. Right, so see, it might be hard for something around here to be worth it to break me back in bounds, because like the fucking trigger is just there, so it's not really worth it if I have to go all the way around here to find something to interact with. It seems like that other one was just kind of a fluke. I could show it to M. Bison. I could go out of my way to do it. Again, I have no problems with that. See, these clusters of bamboo out of bounds are very suspicious, because these are this is the kind of thing where it happened there. I mean, even if there was something here, it probably wouldn't do anything that the other one doesn't already do. What I really don't like is not being able to see the top of my head, because then I can't look for question marks. Right, well, I'm gonna go out and around. I'm gonna turbo mode this. Avoid triggering Mika. Or, well, her garden anyway. And yeah, still, by the way, nothing has come out of these. There's apparently 3 here, I think. There's like... I think there's more than 2 of these. Of these, like, completely vacant, interactable things. There's your boy. He's not T-posing, he's just, stuck. Wait. Ah, I wasn't sure what that was. Yeah, that's what that is. The Julie thing? Exactly what Julie thing? Might be handy for all kisses. Because I'm not sure, I don't really remember what the Julie thing is. Oh, she tells you to sit down. Ah, right, that. Yes. I remember now. Oh no, note to self. Don't turn that off too soon. Don't mind me, Mr. Train. Wait, what? Did I... I don't trust this. I could have sworn. Now maybe I'm just getting duped. It might be this wall thing. If things weren't in my way... Well, to be fair, I could just do this from the other end then. And yeah, what am I doing putting up with this? If I did this glitch from the other end, it wouldn't be a problem. I definitely saw something flash there. Well, whatever. You all saw something? Oh, it was the train. Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm stupid for doing this here. I think I have a save that I can load to do it. Oh, this could be good. This is the one that I think is looking for a frog. Maybe it's one after this. That's the save state where the magic happened. Alright, we'll use this one. Assuming I don't... Yeah, okay. Or wait, should I? Because I can't even access those guys until much later, so... Doing it from here is really annoying. I probably have a state for it somewhere. Oh, this one maybe? No. Yeah, well, whatever. Alright, I can look into that. Breaking back in bounds there would be nice. It would definitely save a little bit of time if we could do it, but so far it doesn't seem like it. Oh yeah, the speed up pull, dude. The speed up pull. That would save so much time not having to kiss Hasty Wizard, because we do have to wait for him. He's like the only kiss in the game that I have to go out of my way to get. At this point. Although there are some kisses that are like unavoidable, like Conductor. You end up kissing Conductor. And I might end up kissing Sniper and Target. The only thing is, Sniper and Target, you don't need to kiss them anymore. Unless you want to be able to save scum for the fridge. So you either waste like 5 minutes kissing both of them, or you don't and you just go straight for the fridge, and if you don't get it, it's probably run over. Unless you like load your save from your house or something. I'm fairly certain it's Kitty. Oh yes, I mean like whenever I do runs, I'm not gonna start off doing that. I can tell you that. Like at this point, like sub 2 hours is so free it's not even funny, and sub 1.5 is probably doable, in all likelihood, with the factory now. being completely skipped, so just yeesh. But right, what was I gonna do? I might look more into that later, trying to find an instant way back in binds like that. Don't think it exists, but always worth checking. I'll go back to the factory with my other save states in a bit to show you around how all that stuff works. And I also want to use the tram for myself, because I have yet to use the tram and like change the number on the tram and see if it takes me somewhere. Although it's going to be hard to do because the tram's invisible when you're like that. Yeah, that's the thing now. The fridge, I think, is the only bit of RNG left that's annoying outside of comics. Because comics, although we have a lot of them, are still going to be a problem because we can finish the game with 8 health now. And if we could skip Onion Lady, we could finish it with 5. We could finish it without leveling up at all, but we can't. Obviously, we can't skip Onion Lady or the end of the prologue, so... because with Worldly Desire Temple being instantly completed by doing that glitch, that means that, fucking what do you call it? We don't have to take mandatory damage to get the gong, and also because money's not an issue, we don't have to take mandatory damage to kiss Invisible Man, so there's no more mandatory damage in the run, outside of the damage you have to take whenever you're doing the out of bounds glitch, the text storage. Which is a problem because between doing your best to keep up with healing items for that and having like second chances with some extra damage items and also not getting terrible luck with the comics, it's going to be very hard to keep yourself alive in a number of places because you're just going to have to get good comic luck. What are y'all doing? Dick Pro. We need a purge. Oh my god. Alright, I'll call him in and all of your focuses will be to break Chulip more. Alright, let me think. Let me do that one more time because I was going to check something out. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do a rough outline of what this part in a run is gonna look like, because obviously this file here is, like, it just arrived at Worldly Desire, so this is a good chance for me to test out how I might want to go about this part. I mean, maybe. But I'm gonna worry about timing whenever I actually have the route solidified. Like, I know how I'm gonna do it. Once I get to that point, I'll be content. And do stuff like that. Right, so I'm gonna toss some stuff here, because this file does have some stuff it doesn't need. I can toss this now, eh? Oh wait, no, that's the thing. It doesn't let you toss these, so the only way to get it out of my inventory is to... maybe either sell it to Cheapot whenever I'm in Long Lifetime, or use it one more time. So that thing flashed again every single time it appears down there. I can't believe this. I said this in the video, but I really hope that there's no version differences. Like, somehow in the way that it was localized it messes up, like, maybe the item values, so these items are different, or maybe it removes them altogether accidentally. Really hope that's not the case. I also hope that console versions aren't, or performing this on console doesn't, like, have an increased chance of, like, crashing or something. I really hope that nothing like that is a thing. It would suck if it was. Now that would be just as stupid. That would be just as fucking stupid. Yeesh. If you want to, Egghead, I'm gonna test it myself at some point regardless, because don't forget, On console, I also have the Japanese version. So, I mean, I can test the English version on emulator because I do have the English ISO as well. But right, so first order of business after doing that would probably be to go down here and meet the teacher. Because I don't know... Like, it would maybe be possible to skip this, but you'd have to skip it both ways. And you can't interact with this guy if you have this area deloaded. So you would need to, like, it would be impossible to make your way back from him after talking to him. And getting the love ink. So it would activate this cutscene then. So there is no way to skip this cutscene. And even if there was, it probably wouldn't be the hassle. Or it wouldn't be the hassle. It wouldn't be worth the hassle. Because it would, like, our health is already such an issue. Like, a lot of the problems in this new run that is being born from all these strats is keeping yourself alive, I would say. Between comics making that worse, inventory space, all that. The Hasselhoff. Right, now, normally I would... I think I wanted to go and get, like, the best potato now, but I don't need to. I can go kiss your boy first. So that's a good thing to keep in mind, because by the time you do that, you're probably safer off going to Hasty Wizard. So that's a guaranteed pickup there. I mean, doing that there isn't too bad of an idea, but Hasty Wizard just spawned, like, he's there now. So I'm kind of torn about this. But no, he'll be up here a bit faster then, won't he? Yeah, this is fine. This is totally fine. We don't have to wait for Monk, but this means that Hasty Wizard's timing will affect the run. And he is not having a very good day right now. Oh, there we go. Namaste. Thank you for the 5 Zenny. Oh god, I'm out of space. I won't let you throw that away, huh? Yeah, just throw away a weekly comic. Doesn't really matter, obviously. Be nice if that healed you as well, huh? So, the RNG of how long it takes Hasty Wizard to kiss you could be an issue here. It could very well be an issue. Because depending on that, that decides how many comics you have to use. And you can pick that up, so that's 2 more healing items, and you can wash your hands here before you use comics. I don't think it's ×2 walking speed, I think it's more like 1.5 times or 1.75. I don't think it's quite ×2. I might be wrong about that though, it might be 2 times. So, based on the time it is now, what exactly would I do? I think I would just use a go-go comic and that would be it. Yeah, use a go-go comic and then wait for the train, right? First one is arriving at 7, and it's now coming up on 6. So yeah, we would probably just use a go-go comic and then wait. Can I perform both back-to-back now? I can, actually. Because I have the flower. So let's just do that for shits and giggles. Also, I hope showing Conductor the Lifetime Pass doesn't make him have extra dialogue. Because at that point it would be debatable if it would be faster to buy the ticket or not then. It probably doesn't. He probably just reacts normally, because it just counts as a universal thing. So he just reacts as if you've handed him the right ticket. Let's find out. I don't think I've ever used one in my all my time of playing this game. Oh yeah. Instead of saying, ah yes, there's your ticket for Funny Bone City, he says, ah yes, there's your lifetime pass. Or, it's called permanent free pass in English. I don't know why I thought it was called lifetime pass, but I don't know. That's in my head for some reason. And I like it as well. So you get here, and you wouldn't do that, for one thing. Why do you have to deal 2 damage, my dude? Also, why do I still have turbo on? Dom, please. Don't I have a... Oh, did I eat it? I did. That's fine. Doesn't matter. I'll just eat the cheaper one. So it's better to do that than it is to eat the thing. Because if I eat this, then it's over. If I timed it wrong. That should be it, though. Yeah. And so first time here, and do the glitch. Once again, go all the way over to the bottom left corner, where the hand wash is, go down to the bush, with the coke in it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, hold up. Run out of bounds, come up around here. Go around the side of the train tracks. Turn off the dialogue. Get to this corner. Oh! You! Oh, I'm so glad that happened in this run. Or in this test. That is such a bad... Oh! We need to look out for that. We can't turn off the dialogue until we're safe from that. The bitch! She didn't even talk to me! She just warped me back! She was already gone! She was already gone! Why did she do that? Oh... Oh, that's concerning. That could be a problem. Oh, yes. I mean, okay, worst case scenario, we have to use a weekly comic when we get here. That's like worst case scenario, right? So I'm not too concerned. Hey, you know what this is? It's the perfect opportunity to cheese ad balloon. Although, wait a minute, I don't have anything to take damage with now. And even if I did, fucking hell. Oh well. Yeah, because whenever the workday is starting, that's whenever she does that. So maybe her model was like going off on the tram, but because her model was still on screen, it must have triggered it. Because she had definitely already entered the tram by that point. So that is fascinating. I have to keep that in mind. And look into that, because I've never seen that happen before. Gotta look out for that. That would be a horrible way to lose a run. If all you had to do is wait there for an extra few seconds, it doesn't really mean anything. Like, if that's all there is to it, then no complaints from me. Right, let me think. Well, I can't reload. I didn't make a save state here. Although I might have a save state here somewhere that'll do the trick. Oh, I can show you all how to do Suzuki early, or my strats for Suzuki early. So this is a save state from right at the start of the day after the prologue is finished. So, you know, literally just kissed Onion Lady and got her 80s any. I think I have my notes up for this, do I? I'll check just to make sure I don't do anything wrong. No, if you don't have a damage item, you're fucked in that scenario. So we don't even need the free money there in the tree, by the way. We can save the time and not bother with that. How many potatoes do I have? Only 1. Yeah, because this was made before I made some changes in the prologue, picking up some extra stuff. Hopefully I'll get one here. Nice. So the first thing we're going to do is head to Dandy. Because we can make some free damage, which completely removes the RNG of needing to get a cicada or a frog. It does take a while to do this, and preferably I'd only want to do it once instead of twice, but it makes the rest of the, it takes a lot of the RNG out. All you gotta do is get your inputs correct. So... and it's still a lot faster than, well, it's not as fast as getting a cicada or a frog, but, you know, I don't want to do the same 14-15 minutes over and over and over just to get an empty trash can immediately, or waste time having to do a backup. Like, I would rather just do this, because I ain't a task. But if I was, I wouldn't need to do this. Alright, then, as soon as I get out, Michelle should be around here. Where is she? Here she is. That should be it. I think I did the input correctly. Yep. I kind of have a feel for when I get it. God damn it, Don. So, get rid of the dialogue. Keep that on the side. You can hear the drip drops. Suzuki should be around here. There he is. Ah, yes. One problem, by the way. This file has not checked the bus, or not the bus. The traffic light being broken. So I'm not going to be able to do this here. I can redo it, I guess. I think if you check the traffic light during the prologue, it still registers here that you've checked it. That's something I need to look into still. Because I'm stupid. Wait a minute, don't I have a better file for this? I do, I do. Yeah, I think I have this one here for this. Let me go check if I've hit the... Oh, it doesn't matter, we'll find out the hard way. Hey, it works. Good shit. Alright, let's hope that this one did it properly. I think it did. I think I've checked it on this file, or this save state. Oh, man. Nah, that's all good. That's enough confirmation that it works. There we are. Alright, let's see if this one is good. Yes, it is. Alright, we're good. So initially the problem with this was figuring out how to do this and do it fast, because this is another instance where you're also pretty much blind. But luckily it's very easy. So as soon as you say goodbye to him, right, you wait until you're standing up and everything's good, then you just hold up on the D-pad, just straight up, and eventually the camera will start to move. As soon as you see that, hold down left and the camera will follow you. And then once you get to around here, you can start holding left and up left, and then you can maneuver yourself so that you hit this trigger up here instead of the one at the bottom, because that way you don't have to see this cutscene twice. By doing it completely blind, you can maneuver yourself up and hit that one, and then everything's back to normal. And that's early Suzuki. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Kind of. Oh yeah, and then also in the park, there's a yellow flower there. That yellow flower spawns like every day after you've taken it. So that's another free damage item, which is nice. It's a nice backup. But let me think here. What am I gonna do here? Well, I want to test out looking around long lifetime for one thing. I can show you all that out of bounds stuff in more depth, you know, if I load up my other stuff. One question though, don't I have a... yes, you do. You go straight to the park. Then after the park you go up to where the lover's tree is, the bridge near Leo's place, and then you see Badian there. Then you go to the tracks, and the tracks get cleared, and you're done with this part. And oh, I could also, maybe, it would take a while to set it up, but I could also show the crazy roundabout way that you can get into the train station with a ticket and have everything be loaded whenever you're not supposed to be able to get in, which if it worked, would allow us to probably skip all of this and all the cutscenes. So even though it would be slower and involve kissing underground residents, it would still be faster. The only problem is that there's no trains, so... Alright. Thanks, Artine. Let me see. No, you can't, because the camera's messed up. And you also can't press the void button, because all of the collision of this part of the town is loaded, because this is the part of the town where I did the glitch. So even if I could somehow maneuver to the button, there would be an invisible wall in the way. I've already checked that. So the only way to do it is to do what I did there. There's no other way around it. You have to go over, or you have to go through the tunnel. Unfortunately. Let me think. Yeah, you can only hit that button while doing this glitch. Or you can only hit that button out of bounds if you did the glitch from the other part of town. Devil Dandy out of bounds. Oh, Jesus. Speaking of which, I was running out of bounds earlier today, and in Long Lifetime after I found the factory thing, and for some reason it was nighttime, and I was in the middle of nowhere in the void, and a policeman was shooting at me. The only thing was, even when I moved, he kept shooting as if, you know, because he can't do that. Policeman stays stationary whenever he shoots you. So I was like, he just keeps shooting me. He couldn't damage me. It was just the sound effect. And I couldn't see him either. It was just the sound effect of him shooting over and over. And speaking of which, we can go take a look at that now, actually. I think it's in my other save states. Let me just check all of these. Oh, that's a different one. Man, how many of those do I have? Jesus. Oh, is this? I think this might be the one. Yeah, I think this is the file. This is yeah, I kept it save stated, didn't I? So right now I am in the station when the rock hasn't been cleared yet, which is normally, as I said, impossible to do. So if I leave, which you can do, and try to open up the door again, it triggers a cutscene where conductor's like, "No, you cannot come in. I've been working here for 20 years." And you can't get in. And as you can see, the rock is blocking the train tracks. So if only there was a way to somehow make trains spawn, then it might be possible to skip that entire part. Or it might not. The Long Lifetime might stay this way until you fix it, even if you leave. But I'm not sure. Not sure at all. I guess there's also a possibility that if we went out of bounds, instead of going to Suzuki to fix the the thing to the park, there might be a trigger out of bounds that could just finish all that immediately. You know, similar to World of Desire Temple. You know, a dev trigger of that sort. I mean, I don't know, but... And with that in mind, I kind of want to take a look at that, because I can get out of bounds here and test it out. I've got one place in mind for that. You can't hurt me, Mr. Retired Bucket. Oh yeah, and this is the other thing I wanted to do anyway, is explore this part of the town for a number of reasons, which, as I said, I already did offline a wee bit. So, I wonder, could this invisible one in the ladies' bathroom have something to do with it? No, or not bathroom, the ladies' part of the bathhouse. See, I walked like up here for a long time, and then that's when the gunshots were happening. But here's something else that I discovered that's very interesting. If I go here and hold up left, this happens. The trigger to leave the lover's tree is there for some reason. Which is interesting. Also, I'm kind of... I have to hit this trigger so that Yamada's like, no, you're not allowed to come here yet. You haven't been to the park. And shit. Even though I just went to the lover's tree, technically speaking. So, don't know what's up with that, exactly. And I've tried looking around that area to see if I could find anything else in regards to the lover's tree area, and I couldn't, but... still worth looking. What the hell is this? Is this like the movie poster? Yeah, it is. A closed off tunnel. Oh yeah. I think I've looked around there. And I'll show you this interesting little thing as well. So this kind of spooked me when I saw it, but for some reason, this little guy is out here. And if we wait long enough, you'll see, like, as I said before, like kind of like white smoke or something, which is like either, I guess it's either like the crane trying to attack me, or the crane just like landing here and doing something. Because, yeah, this is, I can't interact with this, it's just here for some reason. And makes sense, kind of, if the whole, you know, constantly repeating town thing is true, because then it would kind of make sense that this is here, because this would be like, I guess, at the top of the town, next to Leo, from where that would start repeating. Show white smoke. I don't know how to. Maybe like if the crane thinks that I'm entering its area, because you can hear the pitter-patter of the wooden floor that's on top. Which is interesting. Well, the factory glitch will save a lot of time for all kisses, because with the factory glitch being the way it is, you can access the tram and get into the factory at night time without having to even enter the factory to begin with. So you could perform that glitch maybe with like the last train while conductor's there, and then you could use the tram to do the factory without having to actually enter the factory and go through that whole shabam. And then once you've kissed all of the underground residents in the factory, and obviously you'll already be the president or whatever because you'll have got the card by then you can go into the factory only one time like proper, like go through the aerobics and everything. And when you do that, you don't have to worry about lazy guards. All you have to do then is fire Badian and the worker in the 4th area. So lazy guards in both categories now are just completely irrelevant, which is lovely. So I can definitely see it saving time in all kisses. Might be difficult to set up, but because Ad Balloon will be kissed, I'll be able to save scum with Ad Balloon if I'm running low on damage items. So it could be slow if you mess it up a lot, but that's the case with a lot of things in speedrunning. So now what we can do here, I don't know when the crane does its little smoky thing, but it gave me a spook when I saw it. So yeah, seeing that there just kind of bamboozled me. And a part of me wonders if I can pick that up if I get the crane feather from Suzuki, or not from Suzuki, from Cheapot. So I wouldn't mind testing that out, which I can indeed do. I can load this save state and give it a look-see. Because if I can do that, it might be faster to pick the Tanuki up by doing that. Emphasis on might. Yeah, I think I've seen him do that a couple of times. Goddamn dev blocks. Coming from the chimney. I mean, oh, you're right. It might be the chimney. I never thought of it, but yeah, that thing is a chimney, isn't it? I don't normally think of chimneys as having ladders in them, but I think you're right about that. I never considered that. So no, like, yeah, I want to look at this, but I gotta wait for Cheapot. I could go in here and just, like, let time speed forward. I don't have any comics on me right now, and I don't have the money for them either. That would be a long time to wait, though. I could do it anyway. Let me think, what else do I want to do, though? Like, I need to look around out of bounds more, obviously. I've already tried looking around in Long Lifetime quite a bit, to little success. But, you know, as I said, I found that Lover's Tree thing, but that's about it. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. It's just a matter of searching. And yeah, of course, I want to go back to Funny Bone and try some stuff out there. Especially in regards to not having Heno fucker call me out whenever I'm out of bounds. That's really annoying. And once again, also, yeah, go to places whilst I'm out of bounds via the tram. So right, what time does he come back here at? Once he leaves, it should speed up quite a bit because there'll be 2 less models on screen. Yeah, it's speeding up a bit. Quite a bit, actually. What time does he come back in here at? I think it's around 7, so we don't have too long to wait. I'm trying to see if the Tanuki that is out of bounds can be picked up if you have the crane feather from Cheapot. I'd say the answer is probably no, but worth checking out. Ah, dearie me. Oh. Oh, putting on the song. Didn't take too long. Thank you very much. Please do not get barked at by the dog. If I get barked at by the dog, it's gonna be bad. I didn't. Oh, come on! The camera changed! That's cheating! Cheater. Alright, I'm gonna go sleep anyway. Because then Michelle should be around whenever I wake up to perform the glitch, and I'll get a free heal from it. So, no biggie. Right, well, after I check this out, I'm gonna look for more stuff out of bounds here in Long Life Town while I'm at it, and then I'll go back to one of my other states and make sure that I can avoid Henoko calling me back in bounds, since I did not see that coming. I really didn't. It's a good thing I checked that out, though I would have definitely been testing things thoroughly before I did a run, but the sooner I discover a problem, the sooner I get it fixed, you know? Marshall! Michelle! We're going out of bounds! Michelle! Don't let the girls see me out of bounds! Oh dear. Oh, that was easy. Oh shit, where am I? Hello? Hello? I cannot see the fucking world. There we are. It was so good you couldn't tell who I was impersonating. Okay, no. Well, it was worth checking. Yeah, okay. Well, whilst I am here, let's have ourselves a little out-of-bounds adventure once again. Down the same old country roads we've been through a million times. And yeah, but by the way, here's the thing with the traffic light. Yeah, you sadly can't reach it. Also, I think if I go around, is it like here? Yeah, you can see the go sign for the traffic light. A lot of things in the game do that, where whenever it's not using an asset, it puts it beneath it. Like, a lot of models in particular have that. Even Obama's wife is Michelle. Oh no. No, no, no. That is not how the game fucking works, my friend. See, there's wood there. I don't know. But yeah, I could just end up stumbling upon something, honestly. But it seems to be key that I stay in or around the vicinity of the actual town. That seems to be a key factor, because in every single case I've never found anything that is stupidly far out of bounds. It's always decently close to inbounds. So if I'm gonna find something, oh yeah, that spooked me the first couple of times I saw it. It's just Cheapot's door, unfortunately. I mean, there is still a chance, of course, that there could be something just out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, but the odds of finding that in like an infinite fucking black space is very, very small. Like, does anybody know how to, like, hack games or like, huh? What? I guess I was there. I scared myself for a second. I was like, what is going on here? Like, the camera changed and I was like, no, I don't like that. Ah, we're here now. See, I do... Oh, she scared me. I walked in bounds into the shop, into the sweet shop, while she was closed. Every time you do that, she just kicks you out. But yeah, like, I would, like... You see, like, because a good example of a game that people want that to happen with is, like, say, Sonic 06. And I know that, what's his name now? Aruki or something? Did that for DSS a lot. Or did it a couple of times for DSS for Sonic 06. And I think some good stuff was discovered out of that, but for a PS2 game, I'd imagine it's not as hard. So, like, I would, like, legitimately, like, I would hire somebody to do that if I had the connections or knew where to look. It's probably not that difficult. There's probably plenty of people who have the techniques who'd do it. But I would definitely, like, do that, because there could be a lot of stuff here. Like, just, even if it's just, like, a hack that forces every, like, texture to spawn, or something, because, you know, there's stuff that's way out here, different, like, floor, to be fair, maybe they're not even textures, maybe it's just, like, this is what this floor is, but there was no texture assigned to it. Like, just kind of shit like that. Yeah. I don't know, what would the term be? Like, data mining? Like, a way to make seemingly infinite black voids be, like, navigatable, even if it all looks samey. D-Pro. Oh, that's right, D-Pro's in the... he's done loads of shit like that. I don't know about stuff like that, but I know that he's done some speed stuff like that with games. I think. I might be completely wrong. I might be thinking of somebody else. Yeah, wait, somebody was saying about D-Pro earlier as well. Wait, is D-Pro there with Frock, or is Frock D-Pro? This story is so hard to follow. Really got worse since the last season. Like, now D-Pro is Frock. I don't even know if you're lying to me now. Ah, he's in Greece with the boys, I see. That's what I was thinking. Ah, I see. This is a lot of fun. Why is the camera so strange? Why is the bird so loud? That's one way to do it. Oh, the camera is stuck like this because of Leo. I wondered why it was stuck. But yeah, you're what? 20? Oh wait, I was about to say, $20 is nothing. But then I realized $20 per hour. I mean, Ah dear. But now for the moment all I can do is just look for myself. Yeah, I guess it's not. Fucking Yamada. I mean, that's a good point. Like, what if it's as simple as, like, just doing, like, a small little thing and then, oh, there you go, now you can look for everything. The way you're wording it. Oh dear. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, if you're seriously offering and not memeing, then yeah, like, like, feel free to hit me up, because I am very, very interested in breaking this even further. Not True Egghead. You need to go to Scarecrow Field twice. You have to go to Scarecrow Field once to talk to the teacher. That way, whenever you talk to Dream Girl at the telescope, it'll trigger the alien crashing. So you have to go to and from Scarecrow Field once, unfortunately. If it weren't for that, then yes, we'd only have to go to everywhere once. Outside of that, you're correct. So it's amazing that we're so close to that. Ah, damn. I see, I see. Well, if I get really desperate, you never know. But, yeah. It's a good thing to keep in mind. It's good to have a last resort, let's say, if it came to that. But I mean, like, I'd be... What the fuck? Oh, what? Is Badian smoking? Yeah, he must be. Wait, that couldn't be Badian. That's not Badian. Because if it was, we would be able to see him. What the fuck is... Oh, it's Goro. Goro has his, whatever shop open. I'm stupid. Leave me alone. Ah, damn. I mean, I suppose that's the thing. Like, I have no idea how rough shit like this can be when it comes to figuring it out. And see, the thing that makes this game worse, I mentioned this, I think a day or two ago, is that, you know, I know that some Japanese games have like really weird coding practices, and this game, as far as I know, has a completely unique engine made for it, or something like that. I could be wrong, but if I recall correctly, that is the case. And if that's true, then it would be fucking... Oh. I mean, even if it is a PS2 game from 2002, that's still like... doesn't help things, does it? Yeah. I go out into the distance. I wonder if policeman will shoot at me again. That's a good point, and it's even older when you consider the original version, although battle is different, but... Well, I haven't saved anything off of the prologue. If anything, the prologue has got a little tiny bit longer, because I have... There it is. It changes direction, too. And then it just stops. It's very strange. Well, that's a good point, actually. Well, you know what? I will keep that offer in mind. Stop shooting at me. I'll keep the offer in mind, because, you know, if it comes to that, then I would certainly be... Like, curiosity could get the better of me. Though if I did, I'd probably have a limit where it's like, you know, I'm willing to put down this much, so if it gets to that amount of money, and then... You know, whatever's been done by that point, I'll take it and leave it. But I don't know. Ooh. Oh, right, okay. Okay, I couldn't tell whose voice that was for a second. I've walked inside the hospital, out of bounds. I'm currently inside the hospital and Dandy's shouting at me.
It's my attitude the best.
It's my attitude the best. It's the boss. Oh, this isn't Dandy. This isn't any old Dandy. This is still Spoopy Dandy.
The best first answer, best first answer, it's my
My blood type, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many blood types will Dandy not kill me for? Alright, B.
first answer, it's my
Shit. I'm gonna take damage? Nice. I find Phantom Dandy. Extra spooky Dandy. That is already spooky. Dr. Luigi. If you choose the right blood type, it's random, I think, between all of them. There's a chance he won't mess you up. It's the only way you can get away from him, if he catches you, I believe. So let me think. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to look too much more into the out-of-bounds stuff there tonight. At least not on stream, because... Yeah... Because we can't get out of bounds in Scarecrow Field. It'd be wonderful if we could. But we apparently can't do that, to my knowledge. I could check out that other thing, though. I think these save states are... Yeah, these save states aren't going to do the trick, so I'm going to switch save states... Or switch my save state file real quick to get my other bunch. Alright, let's see. Where did I put them? You win death. There we go. That's wrong. There we are. Almost. Load state. I don't know which one it is. Oh, wow. Yeah, I've got ones that are like already out here. See, I guess I can show you all the out of bounds in a situation where my camera is free and I don't have to worry about Mrs. Lady shouting at me. So yeah, what happened was just earlier today I was messing around going out of bounds and I decided to follow the train for shits and giggles, and as I was following it, all of a sudden that appeared at the top left and I was like, no. And then I died. I screamed. And it's here. I haven't found any of the others, only the vault, and it's also already opened, which is interesting. There's a thingy there. The thingy, you can't grab it from here, sadly. And so I thought to myself, how can I get in here? Because like if I could interact with that thing from here, then maybe I could get in bounds, but no. And then I remembered that probably like the main part of the city, if you fall beneath where like the tram stairs are, you can drop in. Which, as you can see, I just did. Only problem is if you don't have text up, like the conductor text, which you can do. You can maneuver yourself in here with conductor text. It's just a bit hard and requires more precise movement and maneuvering, and it's much more nerve-wracking than the initial one to break out of bounds, which is incredibly consistent and easy. This one is definitely more scary, which is why I'm really glad that I found that thing. Also, my controller just switched itself to player 2 again. I don't know why it keeps doing this, but it keeps fucking doing it. Shitty. Yeah, it's if a 2 hour and 20 minute speedrun going to beneath 1 hour and 30 in a space of 24 hours is a game dying, then yes, I would say Chulip is very much dead. But it's back, though. I don't fucking know. It's good shit, alright. Alright, now controller, please stop doing that. It's really annoying. Just fucking dies on me. But yeah, I'll show you what happens. Wait, let me see. Can I, like, get stuck? Oh. Like. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? Nah. You can't get back up once you're in here. But because I don't have text up, I hit the trigger here. And because it's daytime, your boy sees me. And get the fuck out of here. You're not supposed to be here, my friend. I don't know if the cannon's gonna shoot me. I don't think it will. No, so you don't die from that, but obviously it's not beneficial. But, shall we take a look at the tram? The Invisitram. If I can find it. Where the fuck is it? Oh! Here we are. So this is the invisible tram. Once again, this makes it much easier to get in bounds, because I'm assuming that because the zone is loaded right over there, this default invisible version of the tram is, like, it just defaults to there because that's the only loaded place where the tram could possibly take you outside of just back into the city, or into the place proper. So your man should still be standing here, but I can still interact with this. If I go in and out at night, at night it shouldn't affect anything, but I don't know. This is the first time I've ever done this, by the way. I don't know what's going to happen. Sound effects aren't there. Is it going to load? Oh no! It's a soft lock! No, the one thing that could have helped all kisses. A way to get into the tram consistently. Okay, well, it's not dead yet. Don't worry about that. It's not... Yeah, I'm overreacting. All kisses is not RIP. Far from it, actually. Because there is a way around this. But no, this is a soft lock. I can't do anything. No, there is a way around it. I do have some comics, but can't use them right now. Let's put this baby on double speed. Here we are. So what I can do is I can just leave the tram and wait here until nighttime, until the workday is over. I wonder what happens if I check this. But no, in an all kisses run, I could probably just, as I said before, I could use a comic after arriving. Nah, this is just normal. I could use a comic at the bench after arriving, and then set it up so that I perform the glitch with Conductor before he leaves on, like, the final train, and I don't have access to him anymore. Then I can, you know, get out of bounds, or get in here, and then immediately go back down the stairs, and it'll load the tram properly. And then I can use the tram. Easy peasy. And too bad you can't interact with that from out of bounds, because that could get you in. Although, it doesn't really matter with the tram being right there. So the tram thing being there is only good for warping me in here, easy peasy. Which is outstanding. And faster than doing it by dropping through. So no, yeah, I overreacted to that. It's annoying that you can't use the invisible tram, but it's all good. It's all good. Just gotta wait. And in all kisses, as I said, we can use comics and make this work. So that's amazing. We never need to worry about lazy guards now in either category. And on top of that, we only ever have to visit the factory once, which is to fire the two people that we have to fire. I mean, and even if Badian worked with just having the manager pass, which it didn't, but even if it did, we'd still have to fire the worker in there. There's no way around that. Yeah, it's pretty damn good, because then we can avoid just all the hassle of going into the factory the first time and trying to find a lazy guard. You can just use comics, use Conductor's last appearance to get out of bounds, use the invisible tram to get in here, and then hit the trigger and go into the real tram and go wherever you want. And I don't think it would be... Oh yeah, no, they're definitely closed now, right? Please tell me I didn't go too early. Okay, I don't know what the time exactly is, but... so where's a good example here of a place that I can go that has things in it? I think 444 has some stuff in it. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3... I think 3, 2... I think... oh shit, I fucked it up. 3, 2, 1 has a jigsaw in it, I think. So maybe we can go check that out, if I'm correct. And it works. Oh no, this isn't Jigsaw. This is nothing. Is it 1, 2, 3? It might be 1, 2, 3. Actually no, I bet you it's 444. It has to be. I can't remember which of the opening combinations it is. Also, I wonder what happens if I go back to the vault room. If it'll be opened or not. It shouldn't be. But then again, why is it open to begin with? Okay, yeah. Here's our boy. And now we just gotta wait for him. And once again, as if all these strats and all these skips weren't good enough, we have cheese strats now. We have the freeze and cheese. Inspect something whilst an underground resident is out, and they will go around and do their thing, Viva when they're ready, and if you're close enough to them, you can make it work. And real time won't flow, so it turns a kiss like Jigsaw from one of the hardest kisses in the entire game into child's play. That's very interesting, Roar. That's very, very true. I never thought about that. So for some reason it's open by default, but ooh, I want to look at that. Although I would have to break out of bounds again, and no, the coke wouldn't work. So yeah, I can't really test that out. But I wouldn't be surprised if you're correct. Alright, Jigsaw's coming out in an hour. So like, what, 20 seconds? I think I showed this on a previous stream actually, before all this shit got discovered. It was after the out of bounds was discovered, but it wasn't, you know, last night. So behold, Jigsaw, the formidable, scary kiss that, you know, was super spooky. Okay, I don't see his piece. Oh, did I see it? No, I didn't. You get a flash of them before they all appear, so you can, like, preempt it. If you catch it in your eye. There it is. Boy, you're in the way. No, you son of a bitch. I shouldn't have gone for that. It doesn't matter, though. Nope, don't see it. See, it's a bit slow sometimes, because it is... Oh, there it is! The problem with Jigsaw is that there's only one of those, like, I don't even know if that piece is I think it's guaranteed to appear in one of the variations, but it can appear in loads of places, and you have to watch out for, like, where he is. You should not get hit by Jigsaw. He deals like 30 something damage or something. And he only appears for an hour, so you get like 3, essentially. You get like 3 shots at finding it. And even then, if you're too slow getting to him, or if he's moving around too much and you can't get close to him, time will run out, because you have like 30 seconds. And because of that, he is ridiculously hard. But because we can freeze time, while just inspecting his resident hole, we can just stay there and wait until his piece spawns near us, pick it up and give it to him, and finish with time to spare. It's another one of those things where it's like, how did I never think of that? And guess what, Diamond? It works for the majority of kisses in the game that are difficult. A good example would be Mecha Yodzilla. Speaking of which, I don't know which of these things he's in. I'm gonna go look for him. The problem with Mecha Yodzilla is that he has a bad habit of wandering a lot. And whenever he does that, it creates problems, because it means he Vivas, but he's nowhere near you. And if you rush it, there's a chance he'll just body you. And... oof. But I'll see if I can find him. That's the same as the one before it. Also, it's morning, so they're gonna kick me out. Where the fuck is it? No, 564 is the vault. Oh, he's here, he's here. Wait, it's 6. He's gonna disappear immediately. I got here at 6, so he left immediately. That's beautiful. Stallion. I'm doing really good. Since this glitch is beautiful. It just went, hey, fuck you, I'm out. Right, which of these states has what you need, what you need? Well, there's one in Scarecrow Field, that could be nice. Oh, right, this is one from later on. Yeah, this one's not early at all, but it would also be a good way to test this. Thing is, though, it's already a bit late in it, so I can test this out here, because she does her introduction regardless of whether you've seen it before or not. She just doesn't give you the extra flyer and go on about that. Oh, did I use a... oh, whatever. This is good. So I'll use this, and then weekly? 7? I think that's good. Hopefully I get this first try, because I don't really want to save state it. It might be worth it for testing it, actually, so you know what, fuck it, I'll just overwrite the save state. Not like I've done much, just a change of time. Just gotta wait for Conductor to get here. If a dev trigger had the fridge... then my life would be complete, Diamond. That should be it. It might not be. This is kind of a 50-50. I don't know if I got this. Yep, I didn't. See, you really don't want that to happen in runs. And it's probably, and especially when you don't have the health for it. What save state was that? Here we are. Okay, that was it, I think. And I've yet to try this out on PS2. Like, I've been using a 360 controller on emulator this whole time, so I'm gonna have to readapt to the PS2 controller and make it work. Alright. I love doing this blind. It looks so much more impressive than what it actually is. Right, down here. That should be good. Yeah, I could, but they wouldn't work if you plan on loading them in an English version of the game. Because apparently, I actually looked it up on the PCSX2 thing, and oh, I just saw a body and cigarette disappear down there. That's wonderful. Different save states from a different release of a game won't work. Like these are like save states in the Japanese version, so they won't work on the English version apparently. Oh, right. Well, it happened to get. I was inside the floor for a second there. That was beautiful. It's 10 exactly. Wait a minute. Is this unavoidable? It can't be unavoidable. If it is, I mean, we can just use a comic immediately, but I'd rather not use an extra comic, so don't get worried. This doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean much. This isn't going to prevent anything, but it would be annoying if I had to use an extra comic on top of all this. Especially at 8 health, which is what I'll be at in the run. And how does the JP version not exist, though? It's right here. Look at it go. Oh, I messed it up. I thought I did. There we go. Yeah, I was just a little bit off there, and I hit like the railing or whatever. No, no, no! Don't be like that. Listen, if I'm gonna be a silly boy and waste, well, I wouldn't say a waste. It probably wouldn't be a waste. I'd be fairly confident in that. But it's a lot of money to lay down for something that it's like, well, maybe I should just try and find it myself then. Like, I really want to have that done to this game, because I care about it. But... I don't know. What? Wait, this is fascinating. I waited there for a while. Oh, that is something. So I waited. It's coming up on bloody 11. Like, Ad Balloons should be out and doing stuff and everything, although I don't see her. Ad Balloon? Oh yeah, wait, what am I talking about? I've already kissed her in this file. Yeah, I like this game a whole lot for a number of reasons. So that's just like hardwired in just for those first few lines. That's very strange, because she shouldn't have been able to do that. So at that point, the only way we can work around that is by using a comic. Which is fine. There's no problems with that, I don't think. It depends on how soon Conductor Boy will be here. So of course at this point we would have comics. So a simple weekly would do the job. Anything would really do the job. Yeah, basically infinite comics, yeah. Let me just see what times the trains for here are. I should like have all the train times written down somewhere, because I swear I keep needing to look them up. Right. So the train that we get here on is the... Is it the 6? It's the one that arrives here at 6, I think. Is it? Is it? It must be the one that arrives here at 6. Let me double check that. No, it arrives at 8. Excuse me? Oh, because this train then goes up. It doesn't go... Ah, right, because you can't take that train back. It goes up and leaves. I forgot. Right, okay, fair enough. I was confused there for a second. I was like, can I just take that one back? So... Right, well, there's no point in testing this. What I want to know is, can I use only one comic and have conductor be there as soon as I'm finished using that one comic? So, it didn't work for weekly, maybe for monthly. Yes! There's no harm in doing that. Well, there is actually harm in doing that. Because if I take damage from that comic, then it could hurt my already limited supplies of damage items, or rather of healing items, to make up for all the damage that I have to take at 8 health. So no, do it like that and we've got no worries then. Just use a monthly comic. Not too bad. It's just the damage worries me. Although the cool thing is that I can wash my hands whenever I'm done. So we have that. Alright, see ya, egghead. I will have a lot of fun with the testing. I've been having a lot of fun with the testing. Nice and fast. Don't hit me! Whoa! And there you go, that's it. That's all you'd have to bloody do. Can't believe that. Factory... It's amazing that we can complete the fact... Because think of it like that. It's like, we leave for Worldly Desire Temple for the first time, we completely finish it, we leave for the factory for the first time, we completely finish it, we never have to go back to them ever again. Like, within the first, like, 50 minutes of the run, we completely finish 2 of the big main 3 things. All we have to do then is Scarecrow Field. And in that regard, all we need to do is, like, getting the frying pan we should get early on, going through trash cans. We can save scum for it later on if luck was really bad and we didn't get one. And of course the computer sells stuff at Cheapot. So the only issue then is getting the fridge. And honestly, the fridge is the biggest problem. Because you either have the choice of being a super fast boy and going for it without kissing Sniper and Target, because you have to kiss Sniper to kiss Target, and you have to kiss Target to be able to save in Scarecrow Field, to save scum for the fridge. So you could either risk the entire run and save minutes by not kissing either of them, and going straight for the fridge and hoping that you get it, or you can waste quite a bit of time by kissing both of them and then save scumming for the fridge. It's a hard decision to make. For the first runs I definitely won't be doing it, but it might get to a point where I just say to hell with it and just go for the fridge. And already, like, the first time I do a run with both of these things in mind, sub 2 hours is so free. Sub 2 hours is quite possibly the freest thing in the world right now. It's freer than oxygen. Like, it's just, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. But at this point I think sub 130 is doable. I don't think I could get it on my first run of this route. It depends really, but I do think that we can do that. I do think sub 130 could be a thing, and maybe even sub 120. I don't know for sure. Like, this run could, like, the current record is 2 hours and 18 minutes by yours truly, and who knows, it might be possible to beat that by a full hour now. I don't know, but that's just how much time these out of bounds things save. Don't take my word for that, because I don't know for sure. Hasn't been tested, we don't know for sure, but definitely at least 40 minutes. Bare minimum 40 minutes off of a 2 hour 20 run. Bare minimum, that's 40 minutes. Probably 50. The freest thing you could possibly have. Right. Go Gadget, I can walk through transitions now. Go gadget. The vault is open and right in front of me. Ah, dear. Right. Yeah, yo. Roar brings up yet another very good point. I have thought about that, and I am concerned about it. I'm very concerned that doing things here might mess something up that's integral that I just haven't considered. The thing is, though, while some things maybe could be messed up, like in the respective areas, which could cause a problem for all kisses, because the areas are so isolated to themselves, I don't think it will. I don't know for sure, but... Wait a minute. Oh shit, Baryan! Let me talk to you! Quick, Baryan! No, you motherfucker! Baryan! No, come back! Get me on that train, motherfucker. Oops, wrong ticket. Oh wait, I'm stupid. I can't for some reason, I thought I could fire him at any time because I have the manager pass. You can only fire him when he's working. God, that was a brain fart on my part. Ignore that. I got all hot and bothered for nothing. Baryan gets on the train drives off and I run after it crying. And he looks out the train and throws away his cigarette that was floating beneath the ground. And then I realize, oh yeah, I didn't need him. There you go, that's a Chulip love story by Tony. Yeah, you can't fire someone outside of work, that's the unwritten rule apparently. So if you never go to work, you'll never get fired. Life advice. There you go. If you eat poisonous food while you get slapped by your co-worker, you can clip out of bounds and avoid and like mess up your work's coding, and then you never have to go back to work. It's so simple. Wow. Unbelievable. Now where am I going? Where am I going and what am I doing? Because I'm a very, very happy chappy with all this stuff. I do have the document that I listed a lot of the things I want to check. There was all of that stuff out of sequence that I was doing with Worldly Desire Temple whenever I discovered the dev trigger. So there could be something to that. I do want to go to Scarecrow Field and see if my idea with how monkey/alien can go through the woods. So if I like try to do that, like whilst I'm talking to somebody, maybe it'll glitch out and allow me to do so, because I don't know. Yeah, Scarecrow Field is by far the biggest problem. Like to explain it a little bit more in detail for those of you who don't know, the reason why these glitches work is because by having text on screen, you're able to, and being able to move, the game is unable to trigger anything. You can't interact with anybody, you can't take damage, and you can walk over transitions. And as a result, when I can walk up the treadmill thingy at the start of the factory and walk out of bounds. So if an area doesn't have a transition like that, like an area that you normally shouldn't be able to get to without first hitting a trigger, if an area doesn't have one of those, you can't get out of bounds because the walls are solid and there's nothing you can do. And sadly, Scarecrow Field is the only area in the game that doesn't have a transition in it. So as of yet, there's no way to make it work there. But if we could find a way to make it work there, then, you know, that could spell very good things. And you know what? With all this dev trigger shit in mind, it would not surprise me in the least if there was a dev trigger with all of the alien items out of bounds in Scarecrow Field, because it would make sense, wouldn't it? If they're testing the game and they're like, yo, we need to test shit out here, so we're not going to make a tester go through the entire process. So they're going to hide a dev trigger so that they can test it. Like, odds are it does, considering how asinine the process of gathering the items normally is. Yeah, I get the feeling it probably does, but we might never know unless somebody makes like a no-clip hack or something, and we can take a look around. And even that wouldn't, you know, do much except for confirm its existence, but that alone would be nice, wouldn't it? I think 6, right, here we are. So, conductor, wanna be my friend? Wanna give me a little smooch? I have a frog here. Can't believe I discovered this. It's not even hard to pull off. It's the smallest little thing. I never would have thought of it before. But yeah, you never know. There could be something. I am champ. That's not how you... I don't think I am the champ, as in your boy. But I will admit I am incredibly chuffed that I found all this. Like, it's... Of all the games to break, like, outside of Blue Dragon, and I'd say this is, like, on the same level. Like, it's like, this game is, like, I just adore it to death. So, to me, this is kind of the same thing to me as, like, breaking Blue Dragon, which I haven't done, because that game is very solid, and I've only found a minor little thing with that. But no, I'm very, very happy about finding all this. If only there was a way. That's just the fresh mint there on the ground. Oh. You see, because I'm in a conversation, the game isn't loading things properly. So it's having some trouble. That's just how it does it. Yeah, like, I never thought this game would get broken, because for the longest time, like, this game has had literally no glitches in it since it came out. Like, just nobody could find anything. People like Sir Nico spent, like, forever, like, running into every wall in the game to try and find a clip, and couldn't find anything. So, like, I was of the opinion that, no, this game was just incredibly well made, despite being a fairly obscure, PS2 title. And here we are. All it took, and I sort of realized this as well, like way back whenever I tried looking for some stuff and didn't succeed a while ago, like a pretty long time ago, like months and months and months ago. That there's no tools, because in a lot of games that's always the thing. It's like you find a tool, you find like an unintentional tool, and with that you can break the game. You can't just break a game by walking through a wall unless the game is like not finished. And this game definitely is. And so it was finding the tool that did it. That's the only thing. And I couldn't have predicted finding that tool, but I did. Hey Nico, speak of the devil. It is. It definitely is. But yeah, no, if we could find a way to get out of Scarecrow Field here, get OOB, that'd be lovely, but having this text storage here doesn't really do anything for us. It makes stuff like not spawn properly, but that doesn't do anything, and now it's fixed. I mean, I don't know, maybe because I started the conversation all the way over there and finished it all the way over here, maybe stuff is messed up back there. Like the game can't load stuff properly and freaks out. Wouldn't that be nice? Probably doesn't work like that though. Because it's only texture issues. Like the game is like, it's loaded everything anyway. No, I'm very curious as to what's out of bounds here. The question is just, how can you do it without a transition? Do you know, conductor? I don't think he knows. Like could try doing that while kissing Sniper, but if it doesn't work with that, it won't work while kissing Sniper. Because it's pretty much the exact same principle. Oh! There is one thing that I mentioned before, but it's not gonna work. And it's to do with these areas. This and Scarecrow's house. If you could find a way to get out of bounds here, then it would work. You'd be able to explore the entire area without any collision, because... at least I think so, because this does kind of count as a different area. Everything outside goes black. So if you could find a way out in here, or in Scarecrow's house, you could technically do something. But even if, like, first of all, there's no NPCs that come in here, and Scarecrow never enters his house if you're inside it. So there's nobody to perform the glitch with, for one thing. And even if there was, there's no way to get out of bounds without interacting with the door, which just takes you out normally and removes the stored text anyway. So that's one way, but it's not really doable whatsoever. Yeah, hacks would be, but like, I don't think anybody's made Chulip hacks. I mean, I suppose that's one thing, like just having like a no-clip for this game would be interesting. Just for the sake of Scarecrow Field. Wouldn't solve the problem, but could give us insight into whether or not we even should. You know, spend so much time trying to find a way to do it, but... no, it's annoying, man. This place is just too solid. I'm just so happy that that space banana's irrelevant now. Irrelevant and then some, like... honestly, the space banana wouldn't have changed the route that much. It would have changed it, yes, but it's 7,800. Like, compare that to, like, 2 free passes, 9,800 each. And money is just, nope. Nope. Nico, do you not know? Oh, Nico, wait a minute, wait a minute. Do you not know what happened last night or today? The Worldly Desire Temp... so you don't... I made a forum post, so I wasn't sure if you'd have seen it. Okay, Nico. I'm gonna blow your mind, mate. Just to let you know, Nico, I'm gonna say it right now for you. Chulip any percent can now go... no, I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna show him. Chulip any percent can now probably go beneath an hour and a half. And you might not believe me when I say that, but I found 2 huge things. One earlier today, and the biggest one last night. And I will show you exactly what they are now. Although, wait a minute, do I have a... oh, I might have to change my save states over. Okay, well, I think I can show him this one first. Is it 9? No, let me just go around my save states and find the correct thing. It's around here somewhere. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. Here it is. So, you get here for the first time, right? You have to use a monthly comic, otherwise there'll be a problem with the lady who talks to you at the factory. She'll take you back in from out of bounds. So you get here for the first time, use a monthly comic, and Conductor will still be right there. At that point, you would use anything other than cola, because it would be too much damage since we only have you at health at this point. So anything other than cola. In this case, I'm going to use cola, but you would use like a cicada, a frog, or field dandy medicine, or that yellow flower in the park to do this in the run. And also he would damage you instead of kissing you, because you obviously wouldn't have kissed him yet. Then what you do is you run here, you have text up which skips all the cutscenes or prevents the triggers from happening. You run blindly and make sure that you're running up against where the hand wash is. You then go down and left to where the funny cola bush is. You hold hard right and run for about 8 steps. That's about it. And then hold up. Then, with the text, you're able to go straight through the tram and into out of bounds because the tram cannot trigger to take you anywhere. Then you go along down the side of the train tracks, and this might seem complicated, but trust me, it's a lot easier than I'm making it sound. You get here, you can disable the text, you need to disable the text. There's a corner here, a little intersection thing here. You get to the corner and run straight down. The game will then register that you're inside the tram that's inside the factory, because for some reason it's here invisible out of bounds. You trigger the door to the tram, and the game puts you right here with the vault open for some godforsaken reason, and the factory is complete. That's the factory completely done. Yep. I know, right? No more Lazy Guard RNG, dude. And this discovery, which was the one from earlier today, this one, what do you call it? This one also applies for all kisses. You can make use of that in all kisses as well, which is super cool. So, I'll talk to your boy here. And he's like, oh, you're the president now, good job. Even though I haven't met you because you skipped my opening cutscene, here's the love paper. And because there really is no way to easily skip this without losing a load of time, you walk back up and you will trigger the cutscene. So that means that after you get the love paper, you'll see his opening cutscene, where he's like, hello, I am teacher blah blah blah, martial arts and shit. And then once that's done, you can just run back and catch a train. And then you never have to return here again. You just complete it on your first go. Now, this does affect the route, but what affects it even more is the money, because money is no longer an issue. Money has been completely annihilated, and so has Worldly Desire Temple, for that matter. Like the first, because like this is amazing. But this is like second. This is just about second place to the first thing I found last night. Yesterday evening, I should say. Let's see if I can find this. I know it's saying I can't wait to do one. By Champ. I don't know if I have any files with this set up, but I could probably do it from that one there with charcoal. I'll put on turbo and lose the charcoal fight. Wait, oh, you don't know? Oh wait, no, this file has already done it. This file has already done the main story. So I really want to show you what this is in its true form. Okay, right. I'm gonna have to switch over to my other save state file again. Oh shit! I closed it all too. Fuck, where is it? You guys are gonna have to give me a minute. I'm gonna have to go looking for this. It won't take me too long. I have a good idea of where it all is, but right, there's one of them. Oh no, wit. I don't. My accent does make some words sound similar, but not that. Haha. Where the shit is this? I think it's in here somewhere. PCSX2. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. Is this it? Oh, this is it. Okay, I found the folders. Disaster averted, right? Move that out of there and move the other save states back in. Bada bing, bada boom. I'll just put them down in case I switch back again. I'll close this just in case it fucks up. Oh, it's hard to tell when it's fast. Ah, right. Yeah, I speak pretty fast sometimes. There was a girl in my class in primary school who used to call me Porky Pig because I talked way too fast. I don't know which of these files it is, but alright. Oh wait, this is perfect. This is the exact right one. Gotta go fast! Oh my god. I like going fast, man. What can I say? Oh yeah, Magnetic Neo. What was that? Some Bugs Bunny shit? What was that? That was a clip, wasn't it? What happened there? I remember it was funny, but I don't remember what it was. Right, okay, so... to those of you who want to know what this is and don't, this is the first time we arrive in a Worldly Desire Temple, right? So here we are, this would be the first time. Once again, any damaging item that isn't the cola, because we only have 8 health. And you'll know, if I go here, you know, triggers the cutscene, Yamada's like, meh. How's it gonna answer? He's just like, yo. But no, we're not gonna do none of that. So, here with Conductor. Don't know if I got that. I didn't think so. Gotta be careful about that, because the timing's not too bad, but, you know, it would be really bad to lose a run to messing that up in a... oh dear. And this is why we have extra healing items. But no, like, as I said, skipping the entire factory is outstanding, but it happened after I discovered something much bigger than that. Well, not much bigger, but definitely insane. Oh, why can't I get this? Come on. I get it in a row so many times, and then I can't get it at all. Runs are definitely going to die to missing it. Okay, I think that was it. That felt correct. And it wasn't. Yeah, the run will be shorter, but the prologue won't be. We'll still have the same 14-minute prologue to get through. Which is just on rails and not very fun. Okay, there we go. The trick is, it's not very hard. It's just annoying to time. So once again, cutscene is skipped. Because the game cannot trigger a cutscene if it thinks... not if it thinks, if you are in a conversation. Oh, right, I see. So, we've looked around a lot here. I found Mika's garden out of bounds. Goro is T-posing and we can immediately save him. Although that wouldn't work in all kisses because it prevents you from being able to kiss Thief, Tiptoe, and Policeman if you do that, I believe. Well, not if you get the item from Tiptoe first so that you can get arrested. So yeah, you can get through here. Get rid of the thing whenever you want. Now, I'm gonna explain how I found this. Yesterday evening, I was testing things out, and I was doing a sequence break thing, where I was, like, doing the Worldly Desire Temple story, like, getting the love ink before triggering the first cutscene. Like, before triggering the cutscene that, you know, introduces them and actually has the love ink be stolen. I tested it out a bit and did stuff that is, like, stupid out of order, but it didn't do anything. So I decided to shift my focus to, what if the teacher models of the Sign and Barrel teacher are out of bounds somewhere? So I decided to look around out of bounds very thoroughly to try and find them, because there's some interesting stuff with the Grieve teacher not appearing in that cutscene if you talk to him before you trigger it and stuff like that. So I wondered if their models were out of bounds somewhere and if I could maybe interact with them. So I was looking around when I stumbled upon this bush. And as we all know, you can interact with this bush from in bounds right about here. So I noticed, what in the world? There's an interactable here. I guess maybe it's just the bush and it just extends, you know, out of bounds. And then this happened. Go-Go Comic. Lifetime Train Pass. Weekly Comic. Monthly Comic. one of each kind of comic, and a 9,800 zenny sellable thing. Which also means that we never have to pay for trains, so we can save time by not, you know, buying tickets. Because there's more. There's more of these. I don't know how many they are, or how many there are. It's the same thing. It's the same trigger, but once you hit one, another one appears right next to it. And I don't know how many of these there are. There could be infinite. But there's definitely at least 4, and 4 is enough to max out your inventory space. So that's 3 copies of every kind of comic, and 3 lifetime passes, 2 of which we can sell for nearly 20,000 zenny, and 1 that we can keep. In order to, you know, get around on trains for free and not have to waste time buying tickets. That isn't the end. Now, Mina Mio, you're saying this is some developer debug shit? We are currently of the belief that that is a developer trigger that is there, or that was there for like testers and stuff to get around easily. But there's something even crazier about it, which is that it does more than just that. It does more than that. Right, so, I mean, already, between that and the Scarecrow Field thing, that, like, is crazy, right? That like, cuts the run down to a fragment. But now look. For some reason, after touching that, this cutscene is gone. We no longer need to worry about that cutscene. We don't need to see it. It's gone. So you might be thinking, oh, well, wouldn't that mess things up then? Wouldn't the teachers not appear in the other areas? Wrong. They do appear. The game, upon hitting that, thinks you've seen that cutscene, or triggers that cutscene having been watched, or something like that. So it skips that cutscene on top of all that. And there's one final kicker. Now, the main reason the old route got so much money was because you needed money for the goddamn computer, which was the worst part. So, you know, teacher's saying hello to me, you know, because this is his intro cutscene. I have not destroyed the grave next to him. I have not given the monk back the wooden gong. The grave is still there. But for some reason, it triggers this event happening when you talk to the teacher. And once again, as for the barrel teacher, you could skip this cutscene, his intro cutscene, but you couldn't skip it on the way back. Sadly, there's no way to interact with the teacher and also set up the glitch again to get back through the cutscene, and in a run that wouldn't be viable because we need health and we definitely wouldn't have it at that point. So, this only affects things here in Worldly Desire Temple. I don't know what else it affects. It doesn't change the gong. It just, for some reason, sets up the trigger for him to give you the love ink. For some reason, interacting with, I think, even just one of those out-of-bounds dev triggers, which gives you all those items, also completely finishes the story of Worldly Desire Temple without you having to do a single damn thing. So, Worldly Desire Temple, free, finished in one visit. Just get the speed up on top of this and we're done. Funny Bone City, out of bounds, get the thing, you're done. The only thing we have to do is Scarecrow Field, and the computer's free. The computer is basically free. So, that is how I think this game is going to easily go beneath an hour and a half. Maybe not easily, but I could see it happening now. Like, sub 2 hours was already confirmed last night by discovering this, but now adding the factory being free on top of that, and I think this run is just, it's annihilated. That is true, Nico, that is true. I have thought about that. But we should have a good number of healing items, and I think the most amount of damage you can take in Scarecrow Field from like a poopy is 4 or 6, so if you do get a couple of poopies from the fridge, or from trying to get the fridge, it would suck, but you should still have at least some healing items. And also, although in the run I'm going to pick up the developer trigger thing 3 times, I'm probably going to toss 1 of each comic type, because I don't think I need 3 of each. I think 2 of each would do the trick, for the most part. Maybe not an alien trigger, Bakuno, but there might be a similar trigger out of bounds in Scarecrow Field, because once again, if that is a leftover trigger that's there from the testing phase, where the developers were like, okay, we don't need you to go through everything, here's things to help you get around really easily, free passes and comics. It's like, that's what that is. It's a travel bundle. You have the ability to move time as much as you want, and you can travel for free. It's like, to me, that's what those are there for. Some kind of like tester bundle that they never removed. That also for some reason finishes this. And I feel like if we could get out of bounds in Scarecrow Field, there would be one for there too. Something with the frying pan, the fridge, and the computer in it. Because in my opinion, it would make sense if they did that. If they wanted testers to test all that stuff out, they wouldn't want them to have to go through the rather asinine process of getting all of those items legitimately. So it would make sense if there was one. It's just we can't get out of bounds in Scarecrow Field because there's no transition thing in Scarecrow Field. There's no 2 areas to go between to get out of bounds from. So I know, like, that find is ridiculous. Like, it almost feels, it is cheap. It feels cheap. It feels like, oh man, this is like, it doesn't feel right. But at the same time it is. It's like, it feels wrong, but it feels right at the same time. This game has given me a moral dilemma. I love it. It's outstanding that it's there. It's outstanding and I love it. It just completely annihilates the run. The colors feel so right. I mean, you see, the thing is, Strazi, they probably left it, they might have forgot about it, and thought, like, you know, it's out of bounds. There's no way to get out of bounds, like, because the walls in this game are really solid. There's, like, no way to get out of bounds, like, in a traditional sense, because it's a finished game. So the walls are all solid, and there's nothing you can really do about it, and movement isn't, like, at the forefront of what this game is about, so there's no real movement tech that you could possibly use in any way like that. So it took something like text storage and, you know, that kind of thing to allow this to happen. Which once again is why we can't get out of bounds in Scarecrow Field. It would be lovely if we could, because there very likely would be something. Oh dear. Oh wait. And Chulip did it first. Oh. Oh dear. Right, so this is what I mean, right? It's like you're like 20-25 minutes into the run. You go to Worldly Desire Temple for the first time. You do this glitch, you don't have to backtrack to buy comics, you get them here. You have no money, but you don't need it, because your train rides are paid for, and you already have your comics. So you do this, you get the Speed Opal, you get the Love Ink, you go to Funny Bone, without backtracking to Long Lifetime, because you don't need to. You get the Manager Pass, you get the Love Paper, you leave, you go back to Long Lifetime. All you have to do then is get the stuff from Scarecrow Field, and the run is basically done. It's ridiculous. Dude, fucking, like, it's like, honestly, if there's one thing I can say about Breath of the Wild, it felt like one aspect of the game was put in it for me. A fucking bird that plays the accordion. I think everybody loves that goddamn bird, but for me it was extra special, because those are 2 of my favourite things in one, and it just sort of made me Dying to bad see, that's another issue, Nico, but once again, that's why, I mean, we have infinite money. If you wanted to play it safe, you could just go to Mrs. Plum and buy loads of healing items. Wouldn't be an issue. Making me squee. So, man, I almost want to do like an improv run now. Oh, also, Nico, do you know about Suzuki Early? That was the first time saver that I discovered with the out of bounds, and for a couple of days it was the only thing, and I was worried it was going to be the only thing, but if you don't know what Suzuki Early is, I will gladly give you a... Oh, you saw it, right, very good. Yeah, I did show it off earlier in the stream, I didn't know if you saw it. Suzuki Early doesn't save too much time, but it definitely saves time. Alright. And what is that? I'm all ears. Let me think. I'm gonna go back to Long Lifetime here. Maybe look out of bounds a wee bit more before I end the stream. Because I don't want to end the stream too soon, obviously, but I do want to get to rooting. I do want to spend a lot of my time rooting, and I don't want to tire myself out tonight by streaming way too much and then not have a lot of energy for streaming tomorrow. Yes, that was like one of the first things that I checked. I tried seeing if getting more of those triggers would make the Love Inc. cutscene keep happening, but I haven't tested it thoroughly in like every possible situation, but I have tested it like on face value, and the answer is no. There's a chance that maybe if you like leave the area and come back, I mean, honestly, I should do that right now. Because that's something I probably should have thought of, huh? Like, something as simple as leaving the area and then coming back could mess our shit up, so it's worth taking a look. Because if it does... hell, even... I mean, you know what? I'll even go home and sleep and reload the game. I'll go the extra mile so that it's like almost like a completely clean slate. If it does, then screw factory early. Like, we could maybe still do that for like the third one. But if, well, I say screw factory early, or not factory early, but I should call it instant factory. I think that's what we should probably call that, instant factory, because that's essentially what it is. But if it does work, the question then is, does handing in multiple of the same love item affect Suzuki? That's another thing that I would love to test with hacks or something if I was able to. Because if it did, then finding an item duplication glitch with Policeman or something like this by hitting the same trigger and making it think that I still need the items, you know, that could do it in, man. That could. Oh dear. Oh yeah, I think my my nickname for that out of bound trigger is POAL, pole, as in passive a lifetime, which is what I called the video. I think it's a good name. But if anybody has any better suggestions, I think there could be a better one. People be like, why are you going out of bounds to get a pole? Why do you need at what point do you need a pole in this game? I was like, no, it's not how it works. But alright, let's go sleep, or rather save the game and reload and take it from there. I don't have my speed up-able, unfortunately, but I do have fast mode on emulator. Like, it's like whenever you go to the park for the final time, thank you teachers, thanks to all of you, my son is now lazy, horrible person is now called lazy, horrible person in town. I don't remember what the level 2 name is. Isn't it like a hard worker or something? The first one is like poor boy or poor kid. And I think the second one is like hard worker. As in, you know, you're trying. You've got past the prologue and you're trying. Alright, let me reset the game. Reboot. Yeah, hard worker is the level 2 rank. I thought it was. There are funnier ones though. I think 3 is probably funnier. I mean, hard worker is appropriate. Like, it's not an easy job doing all those glitches in one run and living. Like, to me, that's going to be the most interesting part. Is seeing how aware I need to be with healing items, because there's always going to be a chance that if you get bad enough comic luck, you won't be able to get through the run, and that's fair enough, but I want to see how bad it is. Frisky man. What do you mean, Bakuno? Do you mean like how you can get the OOB with Conductor even if you've already kissed him, or do you mean if like the story is already completed or something like that? Because I'm not 100% sure what you mean. It's currently 9. The last train to Worldly Desire Temple leaves right now. I just about made that. Holy moly. As in, if you've already kissed Conductor? Yeah. I actually didn't think you could, but it turns out it still works as long as when you kiss them they give you dialogue. So there are people who, when you've kissed them, I think don't give dialogue. A few rare ones. I thought Conductor was one of them, but because he's not, we're in good shape. Very good shape. Alright, that should work. I'm not save stating for this, so I hope it... Wait, what am I doing? Oh yeah, because I gotta go hit the trigger again. I forgot why I had to do it again, but I was doing it anyway. I'll, once I've checked this, I'll load another save and, maybe check some stuff out of bounds outside of this, because there's a lot of interesting stuff outside of bounds here. There was, of course, the curse with charcoal, the cave curse that makes everything look like Borderlands. That was fun. Then there was Mega Curse where the floor turned purple. Dawn! I can't bring up charcoal without you screaming charcoal was insane. Every time. What is that? That keeps flashing there. It looks like the train platform, I think. I might take a look at that. Like, I'll maybe frame advance this later on. I'm gonna run out of inventory space. Here, for sure. No? There we are. Alright, I'll hit it multiple times just to be safe. Ooh, fun fact. You can't throw out lifetime passes. I didn't know that. Doesn't matter, we're going to be selling them anyway. You know, it's pretty funny that the game makes you pay 9,800 for a lifetime pass, but if you sell it back to... It's like, that's actually really interesting. I kind of like it. It's like, if you have enough money to buy this, it's a lot of money, but it saves you money overall because you can just sell it back at any time. So all you're doing is saving... If you have the money, all you're doing is not needing to pay for any more tickets because you can sell that back whenever you want. Like, I didn't know that, but that's really cool. Oh yeah, if you could toss the pass, you could soft lock. Yeah, that's true. It's also why it doesn't let you toss, like, the Worldly Desire Temple ticket when you're here and stuff. Makes complete sense. You can probably toss them whenever you're in Long Lifetime. Long Lifetime probably has a thing set for it where you're allowed to toss things. But yeah, another thing that's really nice about this is the amount of time it takes is quite appropriate, because it also helps us not having to wait too long for Hasty Wizard. It's pretty nice. It's a good shit. Okay, let's see if your boy is gonna have... If he gives me another love ink right now, I'm gonna... Ooh. Oh, hello. You're not who I wanted to see. But you can't come over here. Huh? Okay, he scared me. The way that poor boy was standing there scared me. No, this isn't the dialogue. I know this is not the dialogue, so no. Apparently not. Which is nice, I guess. But if they patch the game... We're going to send out an electromagnetic wave that will affect all copies of Chulip, digital and physical, throughout the world to fix this glitch. You'll never stop me now. From the death? Ooh. That'd be pretty funny if by hitting those triggers, the Reaper gives you the expensive ring. No. If only. Well, maybe he does after only one hit. It wouldn't mean anything, we don't need it. At this point. Right, let's see. What save state was it? I know, Nico, I know. It just would be funny if it did. We really don't need it. Wait, what am I looking for? I was about to do something. What was it? What was I gonna check? I'm having a brain fart. I definitely had something in mind. Oh yeah. Who knows, I might even do it tomorrow if I have enough time to... I mean, I'll definitely have enough time to maybe change the route tonight and figure the route out. That's not too much of an issue, but I might have to test it a bit first. But I might be able to do it tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then the day after, assuming nothing else is discovered. Let me think. I was about to bloody do something. Oh, and yeah, in the forum post that I put up about it, I did actually mention about the category thing, because this is definitely... I'd imagine this is going to be a new category. Like, this is just going to be like this, or rather, this is going to be any percent now. And then the other any percent runs, like, the category name will be changed to, like, glitchless or no OOB or something like that. Like, I'm assuming that's going to happen, because it really would... It would be kind of sad to see all those, like, runs go... like, being compared to a run like, with these strats. And, I mean, I don't know how much willingness there would be for people to run any percent... like an any percent glitchless in this game, because it is very, very tough. But it would be nice to keep them there. Yeah, it really does. It really does. Because I really wouldn't want to see all the other runs and all the route work that was put into the game without glitches just, you know, disappear. So no, it makes complete sense. Definitely does. Oh yes, once again, here's another thing that is worth looking into at some point. I brought this up earlier in the stream, but because I loaded the save earlier in the stream. Right now, I am at the train station while the rock is blocking the tracks. If I can remember how I did this, I got enough money to purchase a weekly comic and a ticket. Then I went back into the the first area of Long Lifetime, the area with your house in it, and I did the glitch with Michelle or whoever, and then I got out of bounds and walked up the station with everything deloaded and managed to find the bench. Then whenever you're at the bench, if you use a comic, it loads the area in. So that way I was able to get the area loaded with these things in my pocket. And you can still buy stuff, although I think Per Boy freezes if you buy a ticket from him in this state. Not 100% sure about that. But yeah, the trains aren't running, apparently. Maybe they are, I just can't see them. But I've tried waiting around here and I couldn't find anything. But yeah, this is normally inaccessible, obviously, because whilst you can leave, if you try to enter, conductor stops you. And it would be super nice if we could find a way to, I don't know, somehow get the trains running, because if we could skip all those cutscenes and early Suzuki wouldn't even be relevant anymore. It would take extra time to set this up. You'd have to kiss extra residents and, you know, do stuff like that, but it wouldn't be too much longer. It would be a small time loss for a huge time loss. Or sorry, for a huge time gain, I should say. But it's unfortunate that there's not even... I was hoping that there would at least be like phantom trains. Phantom is apparently my new favourite word because I keep describing a lot of things in this game as phantom whenever I can't see it. Yeah, it's okay guys, we're gonna lose a small bit of time here and then we're gonna lose so much time you'll never believe it. Wow. It turns out if you fuck up, you can fuck up even harder. Wow. Oh my god. But no, I don't know what to do here. But wait, there's less. Perfect. Oh my goodness gracious me. That is not the save state. I want to use one of these. This one will do. Michelle, don't do it. Oh wait, I have turbo on. Get that off. Nah, didn't get the timing. Didn't think I did. Oops. Also didn't get the timing. Though in a run I would have a potato to make up for that if I got the timing wrong. And if you do get the timing wrong, it's always better to time it too early. It's always better to time your Y a bit too early than to time pressing Y a bit too late. Because there, I think I did it perfectly. No, I didn't. I was still too late with my, or too early with my Y press, I think. But yeah, it's better to do it too early than too late. Because if you do it, like, kissing and taking 1 damage isn't anything. You can easily make up for that, but if you time it wrong and think you've got it and eat the damage item, then you're taking even more damage and you're losing a damage item. So it will be possible to have, like, you know, backups and stuff, but if healing items don't allow for it, you could be screwed at a certain point. So getting consistent at that is kind of hard to do, because it's very simple, but as a result it makes... It almost makes it harder to be consistent with, because it's just pressing 2 buttons at the same time, but if you're off even by the slightest, you're in trouble. But right, oh yes, one other thing that I should mention, for those of you who don't know, is if we could find a way to get out of bounds in the park, because the park, despite being in Long Lifetime, is not a part of the same map. The park requires going through a loading screen to get to. Not a transition, but a full-blown loading screen of going through the traffic. So it's a different map altogether. If we could find a way to get out of bounds there is a very high chance... Yes. Exactly. That the end game is there, that the final areas are in there, and you could probably even skip the final quiz and just straight open the door, or maybe not even do that, maybe just like find the out of bounds post box. So that means that you would still need to get all the love items, but you could skip the final area and save like at least like 5 minutes. Even if it takes a while to set up, you would save at least like 5 minutes. And maybe even more. Thing is though, you still need the good love letter. Unless the game magically gives it to you once you get there. In which case the speedrun would be like 30 minutes long. But there is currently no way to get out of bounds in the park, because obviously the park is really small, there's no transitions. So getting out of bounds there would not be simple. It would involve something that we can't really... Ooh, what? That is not how you played the fucking video? That is not how the video is played? No. That is the other trigger to that? Like, that's very similar. So, that didn't put me near the lover's tree. That put me after... No, it wasn't, Nico. That was from where the lover's tree was. That's why I couldn't avoid triggering Yamada there, because Yamada won't let me go to the lover's tree, and so I have to hit that trigger there. Wait a minute. See, I'll show you this, because I discovered this trigger. I showed this earlier on the stream. Earlier on. Can I please not have this camera angle, please? I'm begging you. Thank you. Stop doing that. There we go. So I discovered this earlier. If you walk straight up left from here, from that exact point, you'll hit another one, which treats... It's like the loading thing from like going away from the lover's tree, which is interesting because you have no control when you're near the lover's tree, which means that if you could get there, you know, it's strange. It means that it must be a place that you could reach, and it's definitely here. There's no loading screen for it. But I was not expecting to find... Like, it's like the trigger that I just found down here was like the other half of that one. Like, it was like that trigger there that I just did leads into the one that I found down here. What? What? Oh. It's just over there. This whole time it was just over there. This isn't a... Don't worry, this isn't the end of the game, everybody. Don't worry. It's not the end of the game. This happens. If you go to the lover's tree around the right time, you meet Dream Girl here. And apparently she kills you. I didn't know that so that's where the lover's tree is. she's like fucking, because like that's like her favorite place, and like she doesn't like you yet. So like you go there, and she's like, "What are you doing here?" It's like, "Why are you with me at the lover's tree? You fucking shit," and gives you a good old slap. No, but I was looking for those triggers. That's very interesting. So the lover's tree is right there. Now I know where the lover's tree is. This is great. This is I've been meaning to find it, like where it is out of bounds. Now I know. So give me a second here, because I'm gonna heal myself and go back. I'm gonna go to Mrs. Plum and buy some healing. Oh, wait, I don't have any money, do I? Probably not. Well, we'll find out when we get there. Right, well, thank goodness. Because, yeah, if the other triggers were there, that one sure as hell had to be there. So, makes sense. Glad I found it. And once again, this is true throughout all the maps. Any map that has a tiny little extra thing within it that doesn't involve a full-blown loading screen, but just a transition, it is there on the map out of bounds in some way, shape, or form. Which is once again why Goro is T-posing out of bounds in Worldly Desire, because oh yeah, she doesn't trigger unless you actually walk in properly. Hello, door, door, door. There we are. You might have. Like, I'm just overjoyed that I broke it. Because, like, it's just amazing how a game can go from an unbreakable, like, ridiculously solid game to this, just from finding one thing to work with. It just turns into this. I'm chuffed as chips. Chuffed as chips. How much did these heal? Well, more than enough. That's all we're gonna need in the run. Not that saving money matters too much. Here's a little cool thing, just for those of you who don't know, but you can get naked in the bath out of bounds like this. Oh, that's the bucket. The bucket pose. And if you try to enter the bath not naked, it doesn't matter if Leo is sleeping. He'll stop you no matter where he is. Like, currently he's in his backyard place, and he's talking to me about it because I tried to enter with my clothes on. It's good shit. But anyway, on to more important things in life. I'm gonna actually save state. I'm gonna overwrite this save state. Yeah, I think it would be as well. Back now. You see how I rose up there? That's the key. So, I know where I am. The sign that you can investigate. Oh, yeah! And then if you hit it there, yeah, I know exactly where I am. Oh, that's so good. God, fucking... Oh, is that so? That is, you know what, that's true. And see, the thing is that the game loads all of the collision, so I don't know why it would deload the collision just because the camera's stuck. But it's worth consideration. Thing is though, once you get the camera stuck, how do you get it unstuck? Because there's, especially if you're out of bounds, there's really no way to do that unless you find something. And at that point you'd be going around blindly, hoping that you're out of bounds and also that you'd find something. So it's kind of hard to work with. An uprise? Oh wait, maybe I'm not in the right area. I need to locate where I am. Right, this is where that trigger is. So by that logic, the tree should be like over here, right? See, the thing is, that area there is different from the tree. The tree itself is a different area. Yeah, that's the kicker, isn't it? Because that little slope that takes you there, that isn't the tree itself, that's... Huh. That was a big drop. Is it like the park over here then? Probably just the map looping, I'd imagine. Oh! Oh, I must have hit that. Alright, whatever. Well, I'm happy I found this. Yeah, because that's the slope. There we go, I hit the trigger and now I'm up at the tree. But you can just sort of do that anyway, but at least I find it. The problem is, though, where is the tree stored? Because if it is out there somewhere, we can't see it. And see, that's the kind of thing I'd want. I'd want to be able to see the stuff that is just not loaded. Because then I could actually locate things much easier. It's annoying. Oh, shit. That's quite the drop. Okay, so there's the drop. That's the slope. So from that direction, the tree would be like right over here. But of course, that's like pretty close to inbounds. So maybe like out around here somewhere? I just have to search this entire area thoroughly. It could be out in the distance. It could be right here. In fact, I think it would be here. Oh wait, no, that's just that slope. I don't know. See, there's a drop there. I think that drop is where you're already... Oh, another rise up. Another rise up is very curious. Because that, to me... Oh, grass. That's grass footsteps. Grass again. So maybe I am there right now, but there's nothing to interact with, which makes sense. See, that's a good bit of grass steps. It seems like the area that the tree would occupy. I don't know for sure, obviously, but... It's just, because we can't see anything, it's just... There's no way of knowing unless we find just, like, a trigger. Oh, speaking of triggers. See, why are those... That is bamboozling. Why are those triggers right there? Like, the area that they're supposed to be in is right here. Like, they're incredibly close to the location they're supposed to be in, which makes sense, but why would you need to store triggers that are, generally speaking, always going to be there? Like, now, this has got me thinking, is there other stuff... Like... Was that farther? I don't fucking... That must have been the same one. Like, why on earth? So, there might even be stuff here as well, I don't know, but let's try and stay up here. Like, let's stay up here before the drop, maybe. Oh wait, there probably won't be a drop, because then it'll extend to the other side. Warp to the quiz show. Oh man. Oh, that's that. Just come on, find the super secret amazing trigger. I finally find him. Fucking hell, I'm Bison. I've seen... Why is that? I swear, I've seen that Inspector Gadget video, like, on YouTube before. Not seen the episode, but I've seen that video, like, recommended for you. Go Gadget. I am now all you want to see. Like, just, why is that the one video? Is that, like, the most watched Inspector Gadget episode? Hello? Oh, right. I think I hit the real one. Strazi, I'm gonna slap your emoji ass face. Look at that face. I don't know. Good observation when you realize... Where the... Oh, shit, that scared me. Yeah, this is another interesting thing, by the way, how from here next to the chicken coop, it, springs up immediately as if there's something here. What if it's actually 1820? We'll never know. Go gadget, the year is ambiguous now. Go gadget, time does not exist. Look at him go, ladies and gentlemen. He's the magic jumping poor boy. There he goes. Time of his life. What is up with that? What am I interacting? This is something, alright. I want to know what I am interacting with. Oh wait, I think it's like the edge of the map. I think that's all it is. Like the edge of this particular part of the map. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do this glitch again, but from this side of town. Just take a good look. Hey Michelle. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey paisanos. Mind if I look in your wardrobe of pots? She just laughed twice. Good shit. God damn it, Dawn. Why are you so obsessed with that? It was one thing I said at the end of my All Kisses PB because it was a really good charcoal. He was insane. It was like I got him on like his third line first try. It was like an instant charcoal fight. It was amazing. How did how to dodge her constantly for All Kisses. What do you mean by dodge? Oh wait, alright, you mean the frying pan, not the frying pan, the pots that she throws at me. No, I have figured out how to avoid one of them relatively consistently. It probably is possible to do it easily. I just haven't looked into it too much. But alright, I'm going to fix this state. Gonna have to load a different save now actually. Oh hey Phil. This one good? Yes it is. Oh, who can I use for this on the other side of town though? I mean Michelle will take a while to get over here, and Policeman deals too much damage with his gun. Might have to wait. Also, that's going to be a new thing for runs now. We have to try and root it in that we never go through this tunnel between 4 and 5 p.m. so that fortune teller doesn't talk to us. Gotta wait for somebody now, huh? Actually, I want to see what that stuff looks like if I... it probably won't change at all, but I just want to see what it'll look like if we do it from here. Oh, shit. What about Julie? She wouldn't be up yet. Oh, Tiptoe! Yo! Oh god, please tell me I timed that right. I mean, he might kill me regardless now that I think about it. Did I get it? I did, but it killed me anyway. Because it was too much damage from Tiptoe. What save state will work with this? I do not know. Yeah, because I changed this one to here. I mean, I've got full health, so I could just, shit, the camera. The camera requires extra guidance whenever you're out of bounds like this. Body on! With your cigarette beneath the world. Let me just do this and go back, and then I could probably do this with body on. Doing it with Michelle there wouldn't be a good idea because the camera's in a fixed location. Always messes me up. There's that cigarette that you're... There we go. Oops. I'm still in turbo. Should be good. Nope. Gotta load the state. There we go. Ba, ba, ba. Now let's take a look-see. Because now I'm actually in the part of town where I really don't know why it pops you up here. I really do not. It's a nice view though. Like, what's up with this? Oh, shit. What's the deal with this? This makes sense because there's like a wall here, but see, because I'm in this side of town, the stuff might appear, whereas before it didn't. I don't know that for sure. Another issue, which I'm gonna amend right now, is I'm gonna save state, because if I hit a loading thing while I'm here, I'm in trouble. Alright, M. Bison, I probably won't be going for too much longer anyway, because I've got routing to do. If I'm lucky, I'll be able to do a run tomorrow night. I doubt it though. Might spend my time testing instead and get a run the night after. But we'll see, because I don't know if I'm going to find much more. But yeah, see you, M. Bison. Ah, dearie me. If only Inspector Gadget were here, he could break the game instantly. Hello, Gadget. The game is over now. Oh dear. See, the other issue here is there's more collision. What in the world is this? Oh, ooh, I'm curious now, because I'm stuck here. That has my attention. You have my attention. Yes, you do. Please, Mr. Hole in the Floor, do explain. For that matter, why is this here? It's like a slope that drops down and then goes up immediately. Like this. Like, I don't care if there's like a thing going on here with like stuff looping. This isn't a loop. This is something else. Oh, I broke out of that. I was stuck and then I broke out of it. Trying to break free. You can't break free. In the way. The two of you. Oh my fucking goodness. Oh. Hello? Is there a wrong warp in here? Hello? 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 No. The fact that it has a grass sound is interesting as well. I do love long black pit. Too bad it gets me stuck all the time. Now, let's check the area around that a wee bit. Because, once again, it has this. Like, is the lover's tree, like, on top of this fucking house or something? And why can't I move any farther forward? And I drop right back down. I don't know what this is about. What are you fucking on about? And then I'm stuck. Perplexing. I love it. Let's explore every square inch. Until I want to gouge my eyes out. Then I can speedrun the game with my eyes out. I don't fucking know. Come on. Like, even just hitting the same triggers again could be interesting. Speak of the devil. See, that's definitely higher up. Hello? See, now that's interesting, because there's no way that that's just the world looping. Because that's higher up than the other highest points in Long Lifetime. So to me that screams something is weird here, because that's putting me above what should generally be the height limit. Or, you know, what I would imagine is the highest point you could go to, so... Son of a bitch. If only I knew. Like that is like the most... This is the most interesting spot. But alas... There is nothing. A giant hole and then a rise, all with grass steps. All with grass steps. What does it mean? That's a load of grass steps. That's a load of them. It's a bit of a drop. It's another drop. No, it's all pavement. I could probably put this in turbo. I just don't know, man. Oh, oh. I'm here. I'm back here again. I'm home. I just feel like walking out. I'm just gonna walk until something happens. Grove Street. My goodness. And nothing's gonna happen like this. Something will eventually happen, like whenever I hit a trigger. But... Huh? Did he stop? That was weird. Welcome to my 24-hour stream of walking in the Chulip void, everyone. I hope you're ready for some thrilling walking action. Oh, Dandy again? I ran into Dandy again. It's bad, Dandy, too. I'm dead unless I get lucky. I'm going with Ah, he didn't want none of that blood, boy. He didn't want none of that blood, boy. Oh. That's fascinating, no matter how far out you get. Like, I mean... You're still walking in Long Lifetime in some way. It's fascinating. Wow. Let me eat my cookie, just in case. Oh, I threw it away, for fuck's sake! I don't need it, I'm a baller. I don't fucking need no cookie. Shut up! You don't, no. It is good. I'm eventually gonna hit a trigger, I know that. It's just... I feel like there might also be an element of this to it, where if you walk out for long enough, eventually something could happen. Like, you would be at coordinates that the game never could have predicted. Maybe coordinates that are just... I don't fucking know. Like, okay, maybe if you walk into the void for 12 years, the game will finish itself. And personally, I think that is worth the time lost. But nah, like, the good thing about this whole looping thing, about how any given map is surrounded by presumably endless phantom versions of itself, is that it means that there's not a ridiculously large open space of nothingness where we could potentially find something. It means that if we're gonna find something, it's gonna be around the edges. It's gonna be around the edges of the map itself. Which is pleasing. But still, there could be unintended side effects to walking out for a while. And I don't think I have anything else to do for the rest of the stream. Well, there's other stuff that I could do, but with all this being said, this is one of the things I've wanted to test for a while. It'd be nice if I had the ability to run. I already have tested this a bit, but not thoroughly, so then I'll just keep walking until I hit a trigger or something. There is the naked stuff about how getting naked when out of bounds has varying effects, and it's very weird. And it doesn't even seem that possible to predict. Might have different effects in English too, don't know. So what, getting naked? It's not very entertaining. Because sometimes it just completely soft locks the game, sometimes it works and you're normally naked, and sometimes you turn into Shadow Poor Boy whose eyes are censored for some reason. Which happened in the first stream when I first discovered this. But I have no idea how to predict it or how to change it. I mean, I have a vague idea, but it's very unpredictable. Don't know what to do about it. It just seems aesthetic anyway. Let me see. No, there's really nothing else that I can think of. Only thing would be somehow finding a way to activate a loading screen with, like entering the park, while still carrying text through it, and that's literally impossible, because there's no way that could trigger with text up. Even if you could, like... excuse me. Even if you could, get there without pressing the button to the, street light, or no, to the traffic light, you wouldn't hit the trigger because you have text up, so that would be impossible. The issue is there some way to get out of bounds without needing a transition screen, or without needing a transition thingy, and I don't think there is. The only thing I can think of is like maybe using like a particular item, like some really unique item that I haven't considered, that has a certain effect on the character. Microgum I've already tried. Microgum is very straightforward, there's not much you can do with it. So I don't know. But yeah, this is the crazy thing about going out here into the void. Like, if I were to try and go back to Long Lifetime from here, I would have to travel the same distance that I've traveled to get here. So it's like, it counts the distance or whatever. Like, it is aware of this stuff. It's very strange. And it makes me wonder if at some point will the game break. Like, if I keep going out, I'm gonna start heading up the ways now. If I keep going for long enough, will the game just eventually break? Or will something ridiculous happen? That's what I don't know. And yeah, Scarecrow Field. I don't know how you do it. Like, the only way to get out of bounds in this game is to either find a hole through the invisible walls, which is essentially what the transitions are. The transitions are there as the, you know, like, there doesn't need to be invisible walls if there's a transition there, which is what we can now work around. Which, they're the holes that we use to get out of bounds as a result. The only other way is to make it so that the collision never loads to begin with, but that's impossible if you don't have a transition. Because then you can't perform the glitch in one area and then go out of bounds to the previous area where everything, including the collision, is deloaded. So everything falls down to whether or not an area has a transitional space or place. And those that don't can't be messed around with like that, and it's really annoying. But it might be a matter of going back to the drawing board a wee bit, like taking a step back and stop thinking about things in terms of this glitch in particular. I could go back to Policeman and start trying to think of ways that I can mess him up. And try to maybe find a duplication glitch through him. I personally don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. Let me think, what about outside of that? Outside of that would just be finding a different glitch, like... Because this entire glitch only works because of how the game prioritizes kissing. Because it treats kissing so seriously that it's the only input that you can somehow manage to buffer with opening the menu or something like that. It's like, I guess opening the menu and kissing are both prioritized or something, whereas generally interacting and stuff isn't. And so pressing them at the same time, I don't know how it decides the order of it, but yeah, it allows you to buffer the kiss, which is the whole reason why you can then eat a damaging item and kiss someone at the same time. Yeah, Suzuki, Mr. Suzuki early. And of course the Worldly Desire Temple thing. And as I said, already with this one glitch, we've took at least 40 minutes off of the speedrun, off of any percent. Maybe even more than that. Possibly up to an hour. Like, which is ridiculous in so many ways. Let me think. Yeah, I mean, this glitch was discovered there on the 17th, and it's now, what, today's the 21st. So, about, you know, 4 days ago or so. And, within that time, I discovered Suzuki early relatively fast, because that was like one of the first things that came to mind, like, what if Suzuki was out there? And then as soon as I said that, I bloody stumbled upon him underneath the train tracks. That was wonderful. And then I figured out a consistent method and all that stuff. But Now, Suzuki early was pretty early on, but after Suzuki early, I was really worried, like, because I couldn't find anything. I kept trying and looking for stuff. I found the prison out of bounds, but that doesn't work because it messes up the sequence of events with Goro, so even for all kisses, that doesn't do any good. And it, you know, prevents you from getting Policeman and Thief Tiptoe. Yeah, then the impossible happened. And that's the funny thing, you know, you'd think I would have found Instant Factory much faster than I found that dev trigger. Also, by the way, the game has so little to load right now that it's running at double speed. Oh my god. That is just how vacant out here is. I just noticed that. But anyway, what was it? Like, you think I would have found that first, because I looked out of bounds in the factory. Like, I had already looked, and that vault room is right there. It's right outside of it. But I remember I think it might have been the first stream, I did something like this. Maybe it was the second stream, on the 18th or something. I remember I went out of bounds and walked off into the void, and I walked off in the exact opposite direction of where the vault was, trying to look for those rooms, and I assumed that they just weren't there. But had I gone the opposite direction, I would have found that then, much earlier, before I discovered the Worldly Desire Temple thing. So I think that's particularly surprising that I discovered that just today, and didn't discover that first. But no, I do think there's more. I definitely think that whether it's in Long Life Town or in Scarecrow Field, there is still something out there, for sure, that would affect the speedrun. Especially if you think of, like, the park, because based on how we now understand how the game deals with loading things, like, unless I'm completely wrong, and the park does a proper loading screen to the final area, which, in my opinion, it doesn't, because for what other reason, then, would they need the park to be a separate area, unless it had all this extra stuff, and, you know, I would say that, like, I'd say that's definitely a thing there. So there's definitely more, and there's stuff that we can be 99% certain does exist, and we could take advantage of if we could get to it, such as out of bounds in the park. But outside of that, like, in terms of stuff that we can actually find, I think there's bound to still be something. It's just, I don't know, some kind of situation where I maybe haven't considered smooching yet. Maybe there's still a place where I can utilize this glitch that I haven't thought about, somewhere that might only be relevant in all kisses or something. I don't know. Yep. Oh, did something happen on screen there, or was like that one of my hairs? I don't know if that was my hair or if I saw something on the screen. Well, it wouldn't kill it, but it would speed up the end game heavily, because once again you would still need to get the good love letter to put into the post, presumably. But it would skip the final dungeon or whatever, if you want to call it that, the last area, the Heart of Dream Girl. It would skip that in its entirety. This is bloody ridiculous. Oh! What was that? I've had this happen to me before. So, what is happening right now, ladies and gentlemen, is I discovered an interactable from the main map that's out of bounds, and now our precious little poor boy is, as you can tell, going all the way back to the proper coordinates to interact with that thing which I tried to interact with. This has happened to me before. Not quite as long a distance as this. what that was is it was probably like a door or like an interactable, like a trash can, anything like that. It's a trigger that's out there, so you interact with that, and the game is like, right, well, you're going to interact with this, but so you have to be in front of it. So normally you'd only be like a couple of steps away from it at most, but the game is still making me go to it, even though I am like 10 minutes away from it, and I have no control over poor boy. He's on rails right now. He's heading all the way back. There's nothing I can do about it. I kind of want to see what'll happen, but... Yeah, no, I know that. Like, I walked all the way out, and he's going all the way back. Like, yeah. I like to think of it as, like, a giant, like, think of it like a universe, almost, right? And, like, each version of the map is like a galaxy. It's like, all these galaxies are just kind of all stuffed together, kind of thing, but the real one's right in the center. That's not an analogy with anything to do with reality, but you know what I mean. It's like in the center's the real thing, but around it are all these invisible, like, phantom ones that, as far as we know, go on forever. So something like that. Like, that was pretty much confirmed a while ago. Before I confirmed that, I was really hyped, because I really hoped that it was all one map, that if you went out far enough, you could get to, any other area. Like, that would be crazy if you could do that. Like, I really hoped that was the case. I even started, like, thinking in my head, like, how would the routing work then, but sadly no. It's just, like, infinite phantom maps that surround it entirely. Yes, that's the other thing. That's why the Tanuki... I don't know if you were... I think you... Were you here for that? Whenever I showed the Tanuki? I think you might have been. The Tanuki out of bounds near the park is there because that's the model from the top of the tower thingy, the giant chimney thing. And for some reason it's loaded there. I don't know why, but it is. I kind of wonder if it would disappear if I actually got the Tanuki, because you can't pick it up there. But that's just like a minor little neat thing to look into, I guess. I'll probably end the stream whenever poor boy actually reaches his destination. I walked out for a very long time, so we could be waiting a bit. But he's already been walking for a while, and I can, trust me, I can ramble if I need to. No problemo. Let me take a drink, though. But I sort of subconsciously, not subconsciously, I had already kind of realized that it flattens everything out, it's all on the same plane, but I never considered this, and it did, it made me realize that, shit, my brain fart again, brain fart. I do this all the time. Says I'm about to say something, I fucking forget it. Oh yes, it is. It made me realize that, you know how whenever I'm out of bounds and like I'm bouncing like up and down. Oh, that's a bench. But it still looks like I'm out of bounds. Oh, I'll talk about this in a second. So I guess it's because the sort of immediate phantom areas that are around the main map still have their like collision of up and down in height to an extent, but then once you get past that they disappear completely and it just becomes a flat plane. What? Oh, I thought that it took me to the station bench. It didn't. What? We're still in the void. What? What, mate? So wait. I can't interact with that bench here, even though it took me to right in front of it. But I could interact. Wait a minute, wait. So, the actual interact trigger for that bench was out in the middle of nowhere. But the position for the phantom bench, the phantom benches, that does not work, was all the way back here. What? So if I had, whenever I found that bench, tried to use a comic if I had one, would it have somehow teleported me back, or better yet, loaded the area? Even though it's at messed up coordinates? Or would it have just teleported me back here? Also, do I actually have no items? I guess I have no... Yeah, I don't, because I threw out my cookie. Oh, now the problem is that this is impossible to, like, test properly, because it would take a very long time to find that bench again. I don't even know if heading straight down is going to get me home. I could probably end up missing it because I'm so far out. I guess I'm gonna... I'm gonna hold this direction until I see something. I wish I had a comic with me. Also, to be fair... Ah, Mrs. Plum. I ran into Mrs. Plum's house while, or her shop while it was closed. Oh? He tried to... Oh. He can't leave. So she keeps telling him to leave, but he can't. The dialogue keeps repeating. It's like, I ran into her shop in the void, right? And the game doesn't know what to do. He can't leave because the shop's already closed. Because, oh, that makes total sense. You see, when the shop is already closed and I get in there, it's whenever this area is deloaded. But because I am in a deloaded version of this area, even though the area itself is already loaded in the main version, it means that because there's no door to actually go through here, he can't get out. Because, oh, that makes so much sense. That's so stupid. I want to wait and see if something happens. Welcome to Mrs. Plum's Wild Ride. Is time passing? If not, we're completely soft-locked. Welcome to the end of days, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I think we're done here. If you walk into that out of bounds, you'll be at Mrs. Plum's shop. And we all know Glowbox is allergic to Mrs. Plum's shop. Oh dear, right. Alright. Our poor little boy is fucking dead. Oh, as I mentioned it before, how save states don't work on, like, different versions of the same game or whatever. But I think I've heard something about you can have very interesting results if you try to load a different game save state within a different game, and if the games are the same but they're just different, like, releases, English versus Japanese version, I wonder if that could have interesting results in Chulip. Like, instead of having to, like, hack the game or get someone to make a hack or something, we could do something like that and maybe have a weird coordinates mess up where we end up out of bounds. It's a bit of a long shot, I know. It would probably just be unplayable or crash, which is more likely. No, this is infinite, dude. I don't even think one frame is passing here. I think we're just fucked. Let me go to save state. Yeah, it fixes it, but whatever. I should have left it there. That was such a romantic place to leave it, I would say. Anyway, I am done for the night. So, there could still be more things, but I've took a look, I've had my peek, and even if there is, I think it's about time I did a run, alright? I want to know how much time all this shit saves, alright? I want to know. Can you show me? Right, so, I'm gonna sort of piece the route together, figure it out a bit, do some testing of it, and if we're lucky, tomorrow night I'll do a run on PS2, which it will be interesting. I'm probably going to make sure that I can do the glitch on it properly, and here's hoping that performing the glitch doesn't make my disc get scratched or something like that. That would be horrible. I don't imagine, if anything, I think it would be easier on the disc doing the glitch, because it has less to load. It has less to, like, have on screen at once. It's probably easier on the disc, but because it's just doing what it's supposed to, It's not as if I'm, like, abusing it, necessarily. As far as it's concerned, it's doing everything right. But anyway. Yeah, well, as I said, there's probably still more to find. Maybe not even with this glitch. Maybe a different glitch altogether. Who knows? But for the moment, it's time that I did a run, I think. It's time that I finalized the route with this and gave it a shot, because once again I'm very curious to see how close to 130 this gets me, if not even below it, for all I know. So let's do it. Here's hoping it's tomorrow night. Might not be, might be the night after, but we'll see. Looking forward to it. I will see you then. And yeah, it's been good. It's been very, very good. I'll probably take one of my explanations of the factory and put it on YouTube, just for the sake of, having it there, so that there's, like, at least even if it's a short, like, little mini tutorial, something of that sort that explains it a wee bit, just to have it there, because it is very useful to have. So that is all, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.